Hello, everyone of the internet. This is the Bearded GM coming at you, right, with Twitch and all this stuff and everything like that and all the stuff and things. Guess what? It is a Bearded Soup special today. So, Dice Soup is bringing you me in the soup. This, when you're going to be at the restaurant, you're going to be like, hey, look, this waiter, this soup has beard in it. I'd like more, please. Yeah, that's something you don't normally hear, okay? With us, as usual, we have the regular cast of Dice Soup, of course. And today, the special is going to contain something different. We are playing Monster of the Week today. Brought to you by me, the one with the beard. Granted, almost, like, literally all of us here have beards. But today, we are going to be playing something special. It's a game of Monster of the Week. It's something very near and dear to my heart because I very much love... This has actually become my favorite TTRPG, period. It's powered by the Apocalypse game. It's very different than the D20 system. It's a 2d6 system. So, and I, as the lore keeper, as they call it in this game, don't actually roll any dice. I just tell story, and what I say goes. I am even more powerful than a DM. It's a weird feeling, you know. Yeah,
this is a game that has streamlined a lot of things by having our own dice rolls have a built-in pass, fail, or pass with consequences. Mm-hmm. So, like, he doesn't have to roll to hit us or damage. When we attack, we take damage back. You got to be careful about that.
That's vice versa. Yeah, exactly. That's why combat is not the best way to go about things always. It can be. It definitely can be, but not always. The combat is not the solution to everything. However, before we get rolling today...
Use magic is the solution to everything.
Magic apparently is a solution to everything. According to everybody here.
Shotgun, hand on the pump. is how you solve your
fine. When hand-to-hand violence fails, when magic fails, just sawed off shotgun. Like, that's just...
Hey, we got 2 people in this party with a sawed off. We're doing fine.
Let it be known that most times when Sean Moon pulls up, he's pumping Cypress Hill.
Milton's playing the Rage Against the Machine cover. Sorry.
That's fine.
Not CCR?
Well, I mean, CCR
that's a
his favorite.
So today, what we're going to do real quick, I'm going to make sure we get a real quick introduction. The way the game works as a whole is that there's a built-in mechanic where everybody has history together. So we've kind of already got that established before we jump into things and everything like that. But today, real quick, I want to make sure we can get everybody to introduce who they are, and we're going to go down the line real quick. Ro, if you could please introduce your character's name and what they're about.
Yes. So I'm going to be playing Jackson DeBow. Jackson DeBow is a good old Cajun that has moved all the way up the Appalachians studying cryptozoology and paranormal activities, and eventually landed in Maine after adopting a daughter and adopting a cryptid. It looks like a bobcat, loves to talk, chain smoke, and can eat entire human beings in one bite. He's a really good cat. He writes textbooks for the local cryptozoology agencies that are hunting that, and he also does a lot of research hunting monsters. He is also very eclectic and has a bunch of sigils on his body of silver, gold, iron, metal, wood, steel, all kinds of things.
And one of those people, the person playing the adopted daughter, is the mundane, and that is our lovely Chelsea, who unfortunately cannot be here today, as is per usual. But we long for the day that she's able to come on permanently and once again, and her seat is always open to us, and very gladly, especially for this game.
We'll pour one out for Callie because that's her character. Callie could not be here today.
Callie DeBow. I should note, I do play an expert. I forgot to say what playbook I am. I'm playing the expert in this game, and yeah.
The expert is exactly how it sounds. It's just somebody who knows a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. And Mr. Sean Moon, can you please introduce your character to us?
Yeah, I am Sean Moon playing Sean Moon.
Sean Moon.
Chicago native. He's an expert. Got into the occult purely by happenstance. He's a big believer. He's dealt with many creatures in his past. Much like Supernatural, his car is his thing. So he actually drives to most of these places in the United States that he investigates on his own. He drives a 2001 Dodge Charger that has all sorts of sigils painted on it. And he has a tattoo starting at the back of his head going to each side with the phases of the moon.
Don't ask me why, but like last time when we played and you introduced Sean Moon the character, I for some reason pictured your car as a DeLorean. I don't know why. I just like that's what I had in my head. I was like, of course, this guy is like it just fit the character in my head.
Because I typically dress like someone in the late '80s, early '90s, even.
It fits. It fits.
I mean, if a DeLorean is not a bad car, it was just a car fueled by the dreams of a cocaine-addicted engineer.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's not a bad car.
Like, what better way to make a car than, I
want the doors to go up. Why not, DeLorean?
All right. Next up, Justice. Can you please describe your character?
Yeah, I am playing Tanavast the Divine. It's the playbook I'm using. I'm pretty new to the setting and whatnot myself, but he's got like seamless like plate armor that glows like a faint blue, and when he's not marching around in that is his divine armor. He's usually can be found in just like a normal suit and tie sort of scenario, but he's also got his thunder hammer that he wields.
We can't talk about that on stream. Oh, that hammer. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
sorry.
So yeah.
Well then.
Okay. Yeah. So
armor and his hammer and his suit. And he
the divine is like basically on a mission from a higher power, and in this case, specifically, Tanavast is kind of a celestial being. It seems.
Yeah, I have been. That's right. My mission. I have been exiled, and I must work for the cause of good without drawing attention from my brothers and sisters, as they are bound to execute me for my crimes.
Ooh, that's the change of your mission. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's what you changed. Awesome. All right. Next up, we have Last Coin Productions himself, Mr. Tim. What is your character?
All right, so I am playing Mr. Milton Caldwell Redford. And Milton is the Flake. That's my playbook. The Flake is basically your harebrained conspiracy theorist. So Milton himself, standing 6 foot tall, coming from Brooklyn, New York. And Milton drives and this is wonderful. Milton drives a 1975 Ford Country Squire, red paint, fake wood and paneling on the sides, covered with handmade stickers explaining why the aliens are coming and why the government's been keeping it from you. You have also got diagrams of the inside of an actual bird, because the birds, they're not real. They're mechanical drones sent out by the government. I mean, there are some real birds, but not all of them. But Milton would wear, on your average day, Milton would wear a pair of just like I'm trying to think of the word for it right here, like khaki cargo pants, a button-up Hawaiian t-shirt, and he would have kind of like a rumpled suit jacket that goes over top of that, and he has like a not a fedora, more like a gambler that he sometimes wears, and he has a pair of just like brown suede shoes, very comfortable looking, and all of this clothing is disheveled because Milton lives on a government pension from the time that he was in the military long ago that he never talks about. He was absolutely a pogue and never saw service. But all of his clothing is crumpled because he travels around the United States trying to find all this information about these conspiracy theories that he's fallen into. And yeah, he's actually got a heart of gold, genuinely trying to do the right thing. But sure. I think you guys will like Milton. This group really enjoyed him so far.
Everybody has loved Milton. Everybody who's got a chance to spend time with Milton has been like, I love this person, even though everything about them is crazy.
He's got like just like generic brown hair, hazel eyes, and his beard is like not grown; it's unkempt. Like he needs to. He looks like he needs to shave. Like he just looks like he needs to shave. So he's got like that 72-hour shadow.
There you go.
Because he actually cleans up really nice, because we had to be fake husbands at one point. So
yeah,
he cleaned up very nice.
But
But
he's a
like,
Yankee.
and nobody really questioned it. Nobody was like, "Really, those two?" But everybody was like, "All right, whatever." Like that's Callie's dad's, or whatever her name was at the place. I don't know. She came up with a code name.
There is one other important bit of information about Milton, and that's that his screen name is Clear Eyes 53.
Clear Eyes. All right, next up, we have the Sorcerer Supreme Pizza himself, Mr. Jeremy RJH. What is your character?
Well, I called back to my original live tabletop character, where my professional, the playbook that I have, he's very good at a few things, and so when I thought about that, I thought of Eldritch Golaith. He's a fairly big man, 6'4". It's very tall. It's not obscenely tall at all.
This one.
Yeah. Had to go just a little bit shorter. He's very good at a very particular set of skills.
Has he acquired those over a very long career finding people and killing them?
Not people anymore. We don't do people anymore. This is
We do nothing but monsters.
This is the stipulation of working with the Helsinger group. I don't do people. I don't do people anymore. I'm not in that business anymore. I walk around because as we talked about before stream, real men wear messenger bags. Is true. His messenger bag just happens to be a little bit larger. A
lot of messages. Many messages.
Kind of like a mid to large size laptop bag. And broken down inside of it are some very comfortable pieces of hardware, very much like his sniper rifle, and there's a nice quick draw pocket for his shotgun. Hiding somewhere on his body at all times, you're never quite sure exactly where he keeps it, but it's a knife. It's a knife.
Knife. Hey, you went full Dundee there for a second.
It's a knife.
Yeah, no, I love. It's like, hey, Luca, what your messenger bag seems kind of big. It's like, I have many messages, like very many messages, like lots of messages.
Lots of messages to deliver, and I heard about this, or I know about this guy that wrote books because I've had to find things about monsters in some of his books, and hear about this angel creature that fell from the sky. I need to make sure that he is not a monster and he's on our side. There's a couple other crazy people around. Have to work with who you work with.
All right. Okay.
We should note, Milton and Jackson are business partners, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
when they're not busy being fake married.
Yeah, we did some work together in the past, and let's just say that finding somebody who literally writes books on the shit that everybody else thinks isn't even real. So like, how fucking validating is that?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna apologize in advance. Milton uses curse words as a comma. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's really just like breathing for him.
Yeah. You pause to breathe. He pauses to say fuck.
So
to that.
Stuff and things.
Yes, cheers.
To get things rolling, with that, now that we got everybody introduced and everything like that, where our adventure is taking us today. However you guys would have cooperated to get together, or if you guys just happen to show up at the same place, like you guys know each other semi from the past and all that kind of stuff, which is great. But where your research and where things tend to take you, this time takes you to a small town in Indiana called Angola, or Angola. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'm assuming it's Angola. Angola. A population about 9,000. The reason why, like, for whatever various research you've figured out, you've realized that This place has a death that has been reported. News is reporting on it. It's extremely vague, and everything about it just seems to be suspicious. In like, why won't they tell details of what happened? They won't say if it was a murder. They won't say if it was a death. They won't say if it was suicide. They won't say if it's just like somebody who just had a heart attack in the middle of the park kind of thing.
Can we get the city and state again?
It is Angola, Indiana.
Angola, Indiana.
Yep. Like, is a population, I think 9,000 something. I'm not sure exactly. It is very much a sleepy town. It is like there's this, and that's one of the main reasons why it's actually gotten your attention, is because not only are they being vague about things, but this entire town is like so crime free most of the time. Like, there's hardly anything that goes wrong. It's a fairly small town. So, I myself graduated from a town that was like population, I think 4,000 something. So it's like double the size of my town, and like that was a small town. So. Like, it was, it's definitely not a lot going on there. So, however you guys show up, I'll let you decide. Whether that be, Mr. Milton and Mr. DeBow, I'm assuming you guys would be in collaboration together, finding your way there. And then Mr. Moon, obviously.
That's not far from where my personal headquarters is. So from Chicago to Angola, it's a drive because it's in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, but.
Yeah.
But yeah,
not far.
I'll just drive from Chicago to Indiana.
So you get there in no time. You're probably, like, given your proximity, you're probably gonna be one of the first on this, like, on there. So but yeah, as far as the Helsinger group sending, Mr. Luca, and of course Luca going and grabbing Mr. Tanavas along the way, just saying, hey, come check this out with me, kind of thing. You guys worked together in the past and all that kind of stuff. So, whether you guys had did I drop? Am I still here?
I can still hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, everybody froze, and I went, no, not today, not today. If at any point I freeze and drop off the stream, I will be back in a few moments. My computer hates me. Hashtag buy Beardy a new computer. So, yeah. But yeah, as it stands, let's just say that of course Sean shows up first, and then quickly afterwards, Mr. Milton and Mr. DeBow on the way. I would say Milton's last name, but I always forget it. So I just was it Redford?
Redford.
Okay, Mr. Redford and Mr. DeBow show up shortly after, and obviously, this is after the events of it, everything. Where would you guys head into to go figure out what's going on with this? I'm assuming police station, or maybe go to city morgue or something like that.
Yeah, I was about to say the ME sounds like our best bet to actually try to get a look at the body.
Do I have any local contacts maybe in this area? Have I managed to connect with somebody online that might be like?
Do you have a special move that entails that, or what?
Well, it's kind of my whole kit, but I do. I mean, I could roll to connect the dots.
Well, you would do that anyway. You do it at the beginning of the mystery anyway, because you get to hold one of those. So go ahead and roll that real quick and tell me what you roll.
I'll roll to connect.
Can I roll my man with the plan as well?
Yes,
since
you
it's
may.
Beginning of mystery.
It is the beginning of the mystery, so go ahead.
Okay, so I got a total of, because this is plus sharp, so I rolled 2 3s and I have a +2 sharp, so that gets me an 8. So it says on a 7 to 9, hold 1, so I can spend my hold during the mystery. So I do get one answer at some point during the mystery for one.
And I would say if you have as far as you having a connection in the city, I'll let you roll with that however you want to, and then we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, you tell me who you think you know in the city, and then we'll go from there. But as far as Mr. DeBow, what'd you get for your?
You know what? Since I don't actually have the net friends ability, I'm gonna say that Milton probably won't have access to that guaranteed for.
Oh, so there is a move that you just don't have.
Yeah, so I'll have to pick that up later. I want that one.
I got an 8, so I get to hold 1 going forward for man with the plan.
Awesome. All right. Also, Mr. Moon, that goes for you too. Did you get man with the plan, or did you pick something else? You are muted.
As of right now, this seems just like a just kind of a mysterious death, right? That's all I got to go on as far as like you know what? To be honest, knowing Sean Moon's demeanor, he's investigating this just kind of like it's a slow week but
Poking your nose in, get you. Yeah.
it's a slow week. So
Well, did you take the man with the plan move on when you created your person?
no, I've read about this sort of thing and preparedness.
Okay, gotcha.
Love that preparedness.
But
Preparedness works very well.
Right now, he doesn't feel in character. He doesn't feel he has to be prepared. He's pretty much ready to say,
well, preparedness comes up as it comes up. It's really just like, oh crap, I need this one specific thing. Let me roll for it.
I mean, other than that, he's just kind of like, this was it. I was bored. There was nothing else on the wire, so here I am.
What alias would Mr. Moon use when researching this thing, or would he just go, "I'm straight up Sean Moon, bitch"? Like,
he would introduce himself as Sean Moon. No need to hide. I know what I am.
Okay.
So as far as where Milton would go when they get into the city, Milton would probably be going to the library and looking through the most recent newspaper records, trying to find the cases of disappearances or deaths in order to start trying to connect those dots.
I would go right to the morgue. My first.
Yeah, hey, Sha.
Yeah.
Milton, let me know what you find at the library. I'm gonna go check out, see if I can get a little bit about it now.
All right, okay. But the librarian, she's been giving me weird eyes ever since I set up my red string board. And I mean, could you please have a word with her, maybe let her know that I'm doing important work.
Sure, yeah, I could do that for you.
In the middle of the library, just got red strings and just like pictures of stuff.
And I'm going to walk over to
my red
the librarian.
Like,
I'd like to walk over to the librarian. After that.
Yeah, sure. So what?
Darling, see, I got a question for you. So, what you side-eyeing my business partner for?
Well, sir, he's setting up a board with a bunch of pictures and everything in the middle. It's a library.
Is the library not a place for learning, ma'am? Is it not a public place for learning?
I don't know if this is what I would call learning exactly.
Well, he's doing a report for me. He's helping me out. I write textbooks, and specifically, I want to investigate this death right here.
Are you like some sort of teacher or something for him? Like, is this like a program? Like,
Nah, he's my business partner. He does some more of the research while I get more hands-on with things.
He's got a bunch of pictures of dead people and things.
Yeah, he does. He does. Is there a problem with that?
Well, generally, yeah. We usually have a problem with things like that. Like that's a little morbid, and for the general.
You have countless books in here that describe morbidly the death of countless people. Yet you're going to complain about that description being put into a visual format, ma'am.
Actually, go pick those up off the shelf. You can't just you have to go read them. Like, it's not just there for display.
Ma'am, I will tell you, I would hate for Angola's city board to hear about the discrimination against the research of my work in this town. I would hate for them to hear about it because it would be a great advertisement about the town when it gets into the textbook. Do you really want the city board to hear about how you're treating my employee?
All right, go ahead and give me a manipulate someone roll. And we'll see how that works.
God, this is going to go so poorly because cool is my worst damn stat.
It's going to be like a 3.
Oh, wait, no, it's charm. It's charm. Never mind. That's plus charm, right? Yeah. All right, so. An 8.
Partial, which means that she says, which the condition as it stands is they will do what you ask on a condition. So, like, basically, you have to, it's like, okay. I think if you want to go ahead and keep this on like a more civil level, I'm fine with that. Could you at least talk to your friend and have him put it somewhere in a corner where nobody's gonna really be looking at it, where it's not on huge display, where he can still keep it up. He can still keep it up. He can still do his thing. But can we just put a blanket over it or something like that when he's not using it?
Do you have a conference room, darling?
Yes, you can use the conference room. That'll work just fine. Yes.
Thank you. Bless you, and you have a fine day, Sha.
It's just going to be a crazy homeless man in the conference room who's set up shop and is like, that's
not homeless.
People. I freaking know it is lizard people.
He's not homeless. He lives with me.
I'm saying he looks homeless.
Oh, okay.
I'm not homeless. I live in my car. I'm just kidding. Milton has a home. He just hasn't been to it in like 3 years.
Hey, Sha, Milton.
Okay, so
I
you're
had to
adding
work
on
it out.
the ME, is that correct?
Yeah, I am. But I'll tell him to move to the conference room. Like, hey, can we
Yeah.
just move it to the conference room?
Oh, see, I knew they'd see it our way. They gave us a conference room, a fucking conference room, man. Like that's the VIP treatment that I was hoping we could receive. We're trying to help these people, man. And he's gonna move his board and stuff into the conference room.
Would Tanavast and Luca actually, would they be, I mean, I kind of like, I don't know if would you guys be working together and like getting there on your, like together? I mean, Tanavast, you probably could be using your special angel wings move, you know?
That's what I was waiting for an opportunity, I suppose, because I was away for a bit. But I was gonna say I could use that ability that I've got, which is
go ahead and roll them bones, buddy.
All right. Here we go.
Let's see how this goes. Please get a partial.
Weird. Okay, it's weird. Okay. Oh dear. What's a partial? It's plus weird is 1.
Plus weird.
Plus weird. 7 is a partial? Okay, well that's
7 is a partial. That is just above a failure,
6.
actually.
So
you got 6?
Yeah.
Mark experience.
Wait. So you got a 7 minus 1?
No. I have a +1 and I rolled a 3 and a 2, and then I have a +1 for my weird. Okay. So
you got a 6. That's a failure.
Yeah.
What does your move say on a failure for angel wings?
It doesn't. It doesn't really. It says on a 10+, I go where I wanted. On a 7 and 9, I don't quite manage it. Either me or all, or either me. Wait, hold on. Sorry, this is weird wording. Okay, either you are all separate. Oh, there we go. Either you are all separated, or you all appear in the wrong place.
So it doesn't say what happens on a fail.
No, that's all it says. Do I just?
Let me get this. Let me dig it up a little bit because this.
Do I just not? Do I have to try again? Am I just like?
Does it just?
Usually this works at least a little.
Does it just sputter out or something? Just. Don't worry, it happens to the best.
Okay. Yeah. No. I guess it's just a matter of there's not really a failure. Like clause put in here because it's just a matter of you either. It's more just a straight up success or fail. I guess
so. Yeah.
Yeah. We may have to homebrew that later because I like the idea of there being a worse condition. So yeah. With that, yeah. Like you show up to Luca and you're like, hey, let's head on away, and he's like, should we drive and go? Ah!
Oh, that's it. You accidentally trying to get there. You accidentally appear in my the taxi that I'm taking into town. 100%. It's like you appear there and like you don't know where the knife came from, but there's a knife in his hand right now, and he just fuck are you?
Well, I'm Tanavast. Been watching each other.
Right. Sorry.
That's not a creepy statement at all.
Things appear, and sometimes I go to the other place, and he kind of not expect to see you here. We're headed into Angola right now. Go and find things going on. Are you busy?
That's where I'm headed at this moment.
You definitely were not there. Well done at very least. There comes a time in every man's life. It's okay.
Do they make a pill for it?
Don't know. So, anyways, get there when we get there. It's fine. Like a snack? Pull a little bag of Doritos out of my messenger bag.
Doritos and
Whisper.
rifles.
Does Tanavast eat human food?
Probably.
I don't know. Can you?
Like,
Up to you.
there's nothing. Yeah.
Do you have the ability? That's what it comes down to. Because like, I don't know, you're another kind of being. So
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, I would say so. Yeah, he finds it fascinating.
He enjoys a good devil's food cake.
I don't know that I've ever actually had one in real life, so maybe.
Oh. So
Isn't that just chocolate angel food cake?
essentially, but it's a little more like thicker. You know,
It's the richest chocolate.
it is not as fluffy as angel food cake. It is definitely like Anyway, stuff and things.
You call that thicker than a Snickers? Moving on.
Haha.
Or maybe like a Chevy?
So, would Tanavast and Luca, like when you're on your way to investigate, Luca, would you go and like, would you also make your way to the ME, or would you make your way to like police? What would you do first?
I keep fucking looking up every time, Luca.
Sorry.
Exactly.
You can call me Kozlov. Everybody calls me Kozlov. It's fine.
Kozlov, okay.
Yeah, Kozlov.
I'm so used to Luca being me
Alright.
on stream. Damn
Well,
it.
okay, it's
Cosmonaut,
okay.
are you gonna be doing anything special, or?
I will shoot. I will shoot the lore keeper. No, it's fine. No,
Roll to kick
No.
some ass.
I'll say,
Roll weird to break the fourth wall.
dude. No, so for me, I suppose would be I'd be looking to the police. You start where the investigators are already investigating. Hopefully.
Okay, cool. Well, you guys make your way into Angola, small town, very beautiful, very gorgeous, like lots of lush green places and very like small town feel. Just like you're pretty sure they could have filmed a show in the 50s here, and it would have been like not out of place whatsoever. And so
Yes, that
As
Lake
you guys
James
pull
over
up-
there. It's very pretty.
So where specifically you said you're going where the investigators would be? So like you going also to like the ME essentially.
Not the investigators, but like the police. The police are hopefully investigating this.
Oh, you would go. So you would go to the police first. Okay.
I think county sheriffs would be more appropriate in a town like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
specifically.
Yes, this is correct.
Yeah. You go to the county sheriff. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Not a very lush building by any means, but yeah, as you guys pull up, there's a bit of a small parking lot, kind of like simple little building. It doesn't really seem like it's too vast or anything like that. Pull up and it's just very very quaint, small town kind of thing. Up to you. Where you just gonna go straight in?
Yes. Yeah. I go up to I bring ten of us with me, obviously.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
are you gonna stay in your suit, or you do you want to look more impressive?
I sort of look down and I just sort of like I guess this would be the way his plate would work. If I stay true to the source material, he would just sort of like tap his plate, and like helm and everything would just sort of like itself become invisible. Like it doesn't, like it's just like becomes see-through. There's like faint, like when the light hits it, it's almost like glass. There's like faint geometric shapes that would like belie that there's maybe something more around him, but like otherwise you just see his suit that he wears underneath.
Awesome. Cool.
Just making sure, depending on how much attention you want to draw to us.
Fair point.
And
Sort of looks around.
I make sure to give the taxi guy plenty of tip, because we had to drive for fucking ever to get out
Where
here.
did you drive from?
Oh yeah, probably would have flown into from where Angola is. I probably would have flown into. I actually would have an opinion on this. I've been to Indiana. Got to zoom out real quick because
Like
my
once.
there we go.
It sucks to be
Chicago.
in Indiana.
Actually, Detroit is closer, so we would have flown into Detroit and driven out there like hours and hours.
So you took cab after cab after cab from Detroit. All
No,
the
just
way
one.
to Angola.
No, I mean you pay a cab enough, they'll let you
take
do
you all
just
the
about
way.
anything.
Oh,
They'll take
really?
you all the way.
Yeah. So he's kind of like he's like, hey, thanks, pal. I don't normally get tips for going all the way to Angola, but okay, sure. And so
Well, you know, we take care of each other for good work.
so as you guys walk in, it's a little desk, and a little old lady with white hair, nice little shawl over it. She's like the front desk person, and it just seems like it really, if anything depicts on how boring this town normally is, it's probably this. And she's just sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, hi there, sweetie. What can I do for you?"
Hello. I am here on behalf of a group of private investigators.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
hi, Beardy.
Well, that happened.
Technical difficulties. Got to add.
All right, I am frozen.
Phenomena.
Back.
The beard.
I am here.
All right.
Ah,
Sorry,
So
I did an old
okay.
impersonation.
I tried to freeze. Okay, so I'm here on behalf of some private investigators. We heard about a strange killing here. Strange.
Strange deaths.
It's the one. Strange deaths.
Oh, yes. Oh, of course. You're talking about dear Richard. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, I wish we could have done something sooner. Anyway, did you come to pay your condolences to the family?
No. You know, I need to know about. I need to. Let me out there tell it. I don't know. I have very low charm.
Oh, how unfortunate.
Yeah.
I too have a negative charm.
Okay, well, if you want to, we have a card going around for the family. If you want to decide it, and so she like just brings out a card and like just puts it on the counter with a pen, and she's like, "There you go. You can sign it if you like." And
I sort of
Go
pick up a
ahead.
pen and sign it, and I'm just like, well, what happened here?
oh, well, Richard, he died.
Yes, but how?
Yes.
Mm.
He stopped living, dear. That's how it works.
Hmm.
Have you never? Oh dear, this is your first touch of death.
How old was Richard?
Oh, I think he was older than 12. Younger than 50. I think.
Who is this?
That's...
So
front desk lady at the police.
I would like to try to read a bad situation. She is almost like she's almost obscuring what we're
Oh my
asking.
Her being the
I'm not
front
sure if
desk.
this would
Her being the
call
front
for a read a
desk.
bad situation because
Her
not
being the
necessarily.
front desk person is a bad situation. You cannot tell me differently.
Taylor Poe would be a better, like, front desk person.
A chain smoking cat,
Um,
yes.
Who is on my back in a pet Bjorn right now.
I would say that if you wanted to roll and manipulate someone, you could, like in this case, to try and like get her to give more information.
Okay, yeah.
If that's
I
if
mean,
you
I
want
don't.
to.
Yeah, I don't have a negative charm, but I do have no charm.
Yeah,
So-
I have a negative charm.
7.
Plus what?
Oh, plus
Nothing.
not a fucking thing.
Oh, just 7 total. Okay,
Seven's
cool.
still
That's half
7.
success. So she's like, you guys like, we would like to know more about how Richard passed away and anything like that. And she just kind of goes like, oh, well, I'm not supposed to say anything, but listen here.
Just between us girls.
Her face gets very confused there for a second. She's like, and then she looks at Tanavast, who's like, and says, my granddaughter is very single, and she's lonely. I think that if maybe you took her to a movie, she might enjoy. I need great grandchildren before I die. I don't know if this is like Tanavast or if this is Justice not knowing what to do.
We could give it a shot. We could try to go to the movies.
Like,
uses angel wings to try to go there. Sorry,
her name is Brittany, and then she hands a picture of Brittany, and Brittany, quite frankly, is just drop dead gorgeous. And it's just like just out of like, oh, I didn't was.
You hear that? Drop dead. That should tell you something.
Just take her out for a beer, man. Just take her out for one beer. That's all you gotta do. One beer. One.
Good gracious. Okay, anyway. So she goes, all right, well, I can tell you some things about it. And then she says, hold on a moment. Then she gets up and she goes talk over to the officer. Officer comes over and he goes like, hey, I'm very sorry. That was Mrs. Jones. I'm Officer Brown. Obviously something weird's going on because she just came over here and told me that you two are an angel and a Russian spy. So
I am not a spy. This is not the case.
You actually are Russian. Oh, I apologize. That was actually maybe she. Okay.
Common misconception. I am Ukrainian.
She's Ukrainian. Okay, sorry. That my apologies. Definitely.
She's very.
It's okay.
It's
very
I
different.
have the face of an angel. It's very kind of her.
Like, can I help you guys with something? Like, you guys are. She said you were here talking about Richard's death or something like that.
Yes, there have been stories going around talking about this sleepy town who had a strange death. And then
yeah. So you guys are you guys investigators? Like, you know, like.
Yes, I am Kozlov with the Helsinger group. Yes.
Hellsinger group. I'm not familiar myself, but do you have any credentials?
They give me, and he kind of passed himself down. I mean, give me a second. Let me make a phone call real fast and pull up my phone, and I'm going to try to deal with the agency because I don't. We're private investigators.
Yeah, exactly. I get you. Okay.
Need to roll. Need to roll plus sharp.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of smart motherfuckers on this team.
Oh my god! Wow!
Double sixes.
No. 11 plus 1.
Oh, that's full success. Yeah. Cool thing about if you level up enough, there is a certain option you can take. After you level up 5 times, you unlock a different set of options to level up from that point forward.
Advanced improvements, yeah.
Advanced improvements, exactly. And one of those is you can select, I would like better results on specific moves. You know, so if you do like a investigative mystery with plus 12 after you've unlocked that or whatever, you get to ask me whatever question you want, not one off the list, which is very powerful.
That's amazing. But yeah. So
how does this work? You call in, and then
I'm just gonna call in and be like, so I need you to should I have them email you something?
Hey,
I'm telling
he's
you.
like, hold on, let me transfer you to the captain. And so she like gets you over, and then like you talk like, is Luca?
Yeah, we'll have a guy here in Angola. You are chief
just-
police. You are
No, don't worry. The headphone over. I'll talk to him. And so like,
right here, and I'll just put it on speaker.
yeah, and then you just hear like he goes over and he's like, this is Captain, and he gives his name, he gives his clearance number and all that kind of stuff. He's like, these two are investigators of mine. They're here to investigate any kind of mystery going on in town. Full clearance. Please give them any kind of assistance you can, and you will be rewarded quite greatly. So like he kind of goes through and he's like, I don't know anything about all that fancy numbers he just threw out there, but heck, what happened? We're scratching our heads over this anyway, so come on, let's go take a look.
Boss.
And so with that, he's like, let me take you on over, and he just basically says, I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the medical examiner in this case, because that's as much as like everything. That's the one that makes the most logical sense, and that's where it's like, okay, let's see where we can figure out we can go. This is the best one. And he takes you guys over. It's just like honestly down the street kind of thing. It's not very far from the police station.
On the
Is
block.
it the second story of the library? Just
as we start
Library,
heading down the
medical
block.
examiner.
We start heading down the block. We see a 2001 Charger already there.
Yeah, exactly.
What was happening at the medical examiner already?
So cut on over. Yeah, exactly. Cut on over to the medical.
And a '67 Chevelle.
Yeah, there you go. Mr. DeBow, they escort you up and everything like that. You've kind of shown like you already have like a fake badge or whatever made up and all that kind of stuff. And
I do.
Kind of like what's your alias?
My alias is just Jason DeBow, because I'm bored like that.
It's a different name.
It is a different name, and DeBow is spelled differently. It's spelled with a U instead of a EAU. So it's DEBU, DeBow.
Goodness. Okay.
And I have Taylor Poe on my back in the pet yarn.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of weird. They're gonna be kind of like, I'm not gonna ask you questions. Cool. And so as you go to the medical examiner's desk, and then she's like, did you have an appointment today? Did you have to like, what are you here for? I'm sorry.
Sha, you see, I'm here for the body that showed up recently. I've been called in as a professor. I'm trying to use this case as one of the cases in my next textbook. I have been given permission to do so, and I need to see the body of, I believe the name was Richard or something.
Yeah, actually, go down the hall, third room on the left, be right there. And so, as you walk on down, as you walk in, you see the medical examiner is standing there with someone already talking to them. And on the back of their head, you can see the phases of the moon tattooed. And you obviously recognize that.
I'm going to turn around as they come in. Late to the party.
As always.
Shaw's coming in from Maine.
Late for the party. So tell me, Doc, how'd this chicken shit die?
So she's like, all right, we normally make it a habit not to refer to our victims as chicken shits. So weird that you would. Anyway, so here's the deal. We don't know how they died, okay? But and then what happens is they unlock like the thing, like the vault with the body in it, and they throw it out here, take the tarp, sheet, whatever, and let's kind of bring it back. The body looks off in a weird way. Like it looks like it's a normal body, but something appears weird about it. And then what happens is she goes, this is what we can't figure out. She picks up the arm, and the arm is just completely limp and just like gelatin in her hands. that slaps down and kind of like jiggles around, and then she says, "There are no bones in the entirety of this body, but there is no, there is
No bones
absolutely
day,
no,
guys.
there's no scalpel wound, there's no cuts or anything like that. It has not been surgically removed. Everything is intact. We did an X-ray on it. Absolutely everything appears to be in place." Except
Well, Sha, not everything's in place. I mean, if the bones are missing, something's not in place, Sha.
Yeah, like besides that is what I mean. I kind of know. I'm a medical examiner. I know how the body's supposed to look. I'm sorry.
Oh, is this not a good day? Would you like to pet my service cat?
That's a service cat?
Yeah, Sha.
I'm going to
I'm
make
not
eye
gonna-
contact with the medical examiner, look at Talipo, look at Jackson, shake my head like, okay. like this is yeah, you all do that. I'm looking at this body. I've read about this sort of thing before, Roll. It's gonna take
And I'd like to do my dark past roll
Oh gosh, okay.
to see if I can just pull up anything about the case.
so that's gonna be, let's see, my sharp is +2. That's going to be a 9. Oh no, yeah. 5, 7, 9.
Okay. So what's a partial say on that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't do that right now. That's for acting under. I have to use that under pressure. So I can't say I've read about this until I'm actually.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, that is. I forgot about that too.
I just read about it. It's cool. It's fine. I am going to.
Yes, that just means whenever you do an act under pressure, you get to use your better stat.
Yeah,
You get to use your specifically your sharp instead of your cool.
Okay, so with that, then I'm going to reach down in this little satchel that I have, and I'm going to roll my preparedness to see if I can use my pull an object from my bag to tell me more.
What are you reaching for? Let's establish that before you make the roll.
I'm going to reach for essentially a dowsing rod to tell me, to kind of like give me see if there's a mystic aura or like otherworldly aura on the body.
Okay, awesome.
And yeah, so
Give me that roll.
2d6.
And
then
to let you
Jackson,
know,
what
I rolled a 10 on my dark past. I rolled a 4 plus a 5 plus 1. So,
Awesome.
I'm gonna have to go.
I get
back
to ask.
to get it because I rolled a 7, so it's like I have it but not here. It will take me some time to get it. So I'm gonna say, everyone wait right here. I gotta get something out of my car.
So
Gotcha.
I rolled a 10, meaning I get to ask 2 questions from the list below.
Yes.
And the 2 questions I'd like to ask is, when have I dealt with this creature or one of its kind before? / what did I learn? Or sorry, the question is, when I dealt with this creature or one of its kind, what did I learn? And I'd also like to ask, do I know anyone who might be behind this?
You, as of right now, do not know anyone that could be behind this. This does not appear to be anything linked to any specific person.
Okay.
You, like, nothing rings any bells for you. However, you have a vague understanding, a vague feeling of what this, as far as when you dealt with this creature, what really we have to establish there is, have you dealt with this creature before? And it seems that, I mean, obviously in the case of the role, you very well could have, but in this case, this could be a few things. This could very well be magic. This could be some sort of creature that, did this itself, like physically, or this could be something in regards to like more of a this could be very well a dark ritual performed by something, or just something has gone wrong in that regard, but from what you can understand, based on everything that it seems like this person, the medical examiner said, there's been no incision, no nothing, it's just been removed essentially. All organs and things are intact, with where where they should be in the body, just no skeleton. It seems that from what you can gather from that, you learned that whatever this is I will say that it seems to be that this was not a magical ritual or something of that nature. This appears to be a creature who, in this case, has consumed the bones, eaten them. Yeah.
All right. With that, just kind of going to turn to the Emmy. Is the Emmy, by the way, petting Taylor or no at the moment?
No, the Emmy did not decide to pet your cat in the middle of an examining room with dead bodies present.
Okay, I mean that's fair. I'm just going to flat like turn to her and just say, darling, it seems like whatever did this ate the bones.
Ate the bones, right? Sure, that happened.
Yeah, sure. Oh, you don't believe me, do you?
No, I have a hard time believing that something crept inside the body, ate the bones, and got back out before.
I never said it crept inside the body, baby. You can infer that, but I never said that directly.
There's no way for it to have gone.
See, Shy, I'm a bit of an expert in this field, right? When it comes to strange deaths and all. And I can tell you, you may believe me or you may decide not to believe me, but whatever did this did in fact just consume the bones from the body.
Sean's gonna make his way back in. He's like, Jackson, your bedside manner with the locals still needs some work.
Hey, Shy, I do my best.
So she's like, okay, so this I can't quite. Are you sure that you are here on official business? Because I feel like anybody who comes in here just saying that somebody's bones have been eaten are not usually people who are working on this side of reality.
Would you like to join the other side of reality, darling?
Why would you say that?
If I ever do, I have way too much easy access to psychedelics, okay?
You don't need no psychedelics. Why don't you tell her, Taylor?
No!
Is this you giving Taylor permission to speak?
Yes, I am.
Oh my gosh! You are the worst at keeping secrets. Anyway, Taylor's like, what do you want me to say to her? Like...
No, I'm proving a point. She annoyed me a little bit, so I'm proving a point right now.
Okay, when you're someone's bones have been eaten, she's not gonna believe you.
I'm aware.
All of this is going on off to the side. I come back, I brush past this stuff, and I'm just like, talking Cat Jackson, this was not the time. But anyway.
So we need somebody to have like one of the things from Men in Black, the
memory eraser,
the neuralizer.
Yeah. Neuralizer, thank you. We need somebody to lobotomize this woman in the middle of this examination room.
Well, I do want to know how she reacts to Taylor talking. I do want to know
frozen
that.
fear. A cat just leaned over your shoulder and spoke to her.
So now will you believe me?
And then,
about this time, I will say that Tanavast and Mr. Costco make their way in. Okay, yeah, sure.
It's a very respectable name.
Kozlov is that what it is? I will forget it every time.
Kozlov.
But yeah,
it's okay.
Anyway, yeah, Kozlov and Tanavast come in. And you guys are like about this time.
You name me Costco. I'm gonna pull more random shit out of my bag. Just saying.
I have many messages in here.
Messages.
I will say, but before we get into that real quick, I will say, cut over to Milton at the library. Milton, as you're researching stuff, as you're researching stuff, you're going through the papers and you're like getting that stuff. There's like several people who have come to just like teenagers who are just working on their school stuff and just like looking at you in the corner of the room, just like connecting dots, looking at your screen and just like, all right, get up there. And there's like a couple of teenagers that are just sitting there going like, Oh, we got another homeless person. Okay.
Except I've got that like super fancy Odyssey Group tablet.
Yeah, exactly. You got a really nice tablet. But yeah, so you put push pins on the cork board and all that kind of stuff, putting strings up. So what happens is, as you're looking through things, you notice that this is not the this is not the first time you've seen this. Actually, this is not the first case of a mysterious death. Obviously, they did not put anything in the paper of like, "Hey, we found somebody with no bones," because you still don't know what the details are yet, because Jackson hasn't told you.
Right, because Jackson didn't have the courtesy to fucking text me.
Well, we moved right past that. I mean, I'll text him like around this time. He gets a text. Body has no bones. Okay, there.
Well, I've had
Boom,
all that time.
done.
I've had all that time to study on my own. Yeah.
So as you're looking through things, you look into the papers and you find things that kind of link, and then you say, you get a text that says, "Hey, no bones. It's a no bones day every day," and
Yep.
That's right. I accidentally made a TikTok joke. Live and rest in peace, young soldier. Anyway, yes, every day is a no bones day for this person from this day forward. And so basically what happened is you're reading through and you look through, it seems to be that 33 years previously there was a mysterious death. Now, it doesn't say specifically, of course, what happened, because there's no one going to put that in the paper. No one's going to be like, "Hey, boneless person found." Like,
Yeah, but
which sounds like a really bad menu
disturbing
item.
lack of details is obvious in this case.
Yes, exactly. Very extremely vague. And you see 33 years ago, some of the matches. And as you research further, you find another 33 years. It's, again, you find a pattern of 33 years going back. And you can't quite go back all the way, hundreds of years back, but you do find, at least for the past maybe close to 150 years roughly, that's been like every 33 years there has been something that has happened in regards to a death that is very mysterious and no descriptions given. If you go back far enough, there might be a little bit of superstitious kind of things still in the air in that culture at the time, where they may have called out some of it, actually. So
Wayback Machine, my old friend.
this is whenever that was more widely accepted, like superstition and all that kind of stuff, curses and all that kind of stuff could very well possibly be in that realm,
Okay. So above board for the since the people in the background and the people watching might not know, I actually cashed in one of my connect the dots in order to find out when and where the next event would happen.
Yep.
So that's where Milton's getting his info.
You see that, and that's the thing about this, is that you see that not only is it 33 years of just one death, there are several, like, the number seems to vary, but it does seem to grow in number each subsequent, visitation, essentially, each, single thing.
So it's like another person dies every time.
It's almost like one's being added on. It may, like, you'll see like one or two events where it's the same number, but then eventually something else grows a little more. Oh no, we lost a row.
Yeah, he warned us in Twitch.
Oh, gotcha. Did he have to dip, or is it just that
his Discord crashed?
Oh, of course. Well, as it stands, you're noticing this pattern, and as you go through, you see that there is like it kind of grows in number. Like the first one you can see there appears to be 2 possibly, and then next one there's 2, next one there's 3, and then 4 after that one, 4 the next one, that kind of thing. As you keep on leaping forward in the years, it does seem to get more and more as time goes on.
If I were to project that over the course of the many times it's happened, how many should I expect to be coming up dead this time?
Based on the last event appeared to have been 6.
So we should expect at least 7.
You should expect at least 6 potentially, based on the pattern, because it could very well be the same. Because the number being the same doesn't necessarily like follow the pattern. It just means that you could see that sometimes there was the same number.
Could become more.
Yeah. Could be more.
So
could be 6
many...
or 7, but you're expecting at least 5 more based on this.
Okay, so we've only got 1 death so far.
That appears to be the case.
Okay, so then there should be several more coming.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, Milton would text Jackson first and say, hey, found the pattern. I think we're gonna see at least 6 people. We're gonna see at least 6 deaths from this. So we're here right at the beginning, and we got time to stop it. I'm not sure what it is though.
Cool.
It seems like people in the old times talked about a curse. Although, of course, Jackson's not here to hear that, so
Probably listening on Twitch. We'll see.
he might catch that on Twitch. Hopefully, his Discord comes back.
Yeah. So, let's get back to, as Tanavast and I know Tanavast is away right now, AFK from right now, but Mr. Kozlov is not. And so, Mr. Tanavast, as you or Mr. Kozlov, as you guys approach the MA, you see all this conversation between back and forth, and then Sean, you rolled a partial on your preparedness, which means that it's going to take some time for you to get that that item. Was it in your car or was it like somewhere? I would say that
it was in the car, because remember we established that my trunk is my armory.
Just has a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
And so
yeah, we'll say that. Yeah. So it took you a minute to go find it. You were away for a bit, then you come back. Now you find it was like a dividing rod. You said.
Yeah, it's like a divining rod, and it's just to sense if there's a otherworldly presence, not necessarily magic, but if like something from the other side, whatever the other
something
side,
non-human and not of this necessarily like plane of existence necessarily.
Exactly. Yeah. To see it, it's just to tell me, am I dealing with something otherworldly or not?
Sure. Yeah, sir. As you're whatever it looks like in your hand, I'll let you flavor that how you want. But as you are,
go
ahead.
It's a old school rolling pin that has witches markings carved into it, and one of the handles is chipped, but it's like it vibrates in the presence in the other world.
I was gonna say I was expecting you to be like holding it in one hand and like spinning the pin and like just like hovering it over the body.
No, it hovers, but it'll vibrate and spin. The pin.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Like it's a really that's like a like do it yourself like at home like kit.
I got it off I got it from a witch's coven that popped up in Nebraska. So
Gotcha. Awesome.
When he does walk back in, I am going to say I believe like there are a couple of creatures that can consume bones in this way to whomever is in the room. Like when Sean comes back in, I'm gonna
I got you.
say that to everyone.
Yeah, it could be a otherworlder. It could be an evil thing from the pit. Who knows? But I pull out the rolling pin.
So as you kind of go about it, and you see that it begins to spin and vibrate, and the rolling pin begins to rotate a little bit through. At some point you kind of like you get a reaction off the body, obviously, and then you look at the pen, and as it stops rolling, the runes that are kind of like showing to be lit up a little bit, they translate to what would be, I guess, the equivalent of Fae or Fairy,
Sha. Oh, Sha.
It's a goddamn Fae.
Hey. We don't say that. We don't say that. We call them the friendly ones. We don't say names here. Hey.
Friendly ones.
You doing this job?
I've been doing this job long enough to know not to say
right
the name.
as they're discussing this and like showing like this I'm like, crap, it's Fae.
Well, I'm sorry. Did you just say Fae? And I just kind of
the friendly ones.
I look down towards my bag for a second, just like reflexively, like, right, okay. My right hand just kind of stays like a little bit inside the top of the bag. I'm petting the handle of my it's not a short shotgun, but it doesn't have a stock. It's a hand pump.
Gotcha.
But it's stuck in, so that it can be in the bag and not have an ass hanging out. And my hand's just kind of like resting on it, just like fairies. Like it's just that like that look in his eyes of fucking fairies.
The friendly ones.
And you would see Sean Moon shotgun, because I carry it Bruce Campbell style. on my back
Nice.
in a sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, like when you walk in, you'll see the guy with the rolling pin and shotgun on his back. Say yeah, and like I have on a Cubs hat, so like I kind of flex my hat like, God damn Faye.
The friendly
Damn
ones.
Faye indeed.
Every time Faye comes up, like Jackson is just jumping in the friendly ones.
The friendly ones.
Mullin.
Some are friendly, not all friendly.
But the ME,
No,
like as Kozlov is like starts to speak, the ME kind of leans over and says, "Who the hell are you? Where are we just letting anyone in? What is going on? And you two, like just there's
Captain
now two
Brown.
more people in the examining room, so like
Captain Brown ushered us in. Said we could look into Richard. What?
Captain Brown. Okay, I'll talk with Officer Brown about that. Okay. Well, anyway, so I'll tell you what. Just don't touch anything. But I have to go make some calls real quick. I have to balance some of this shit out.
And also,
As soon as she's out of the room, I am investigating the body.
at the sight of Tanavast, Sean's gonna say, "Oh, you angelic son of a bitch! What have you been up to?" Haven't seen you
Sat
since
back down.
haven't seen you since the Wendigo shakeup.
Right. Yes, I remember you all. It was good times. That Shindigo.
And
And
that
He
was
seems
whenever
unsure of himself as he says that. Like, was that the right thing to say?
as I will always remember that session as the day that Justice graced us with Shindigo with the Wendigo, and it made me cry laughing.
That shit killed me.
It was beautiful.
Instantly murdered.
It's just like you said it, and I was like, "Did you just say Shindigo with the Wendigo?" And it was like a T-shirt was made right there.
Indeed.
But yeah, I'm gonna say, you got some interesting company pointing at Kozlov. But I like his methods because shotgun recognize shotgun. Huh?
Game
Hey,
ready.
we
Yes,
got
and I
two
heard-
shots on this body.
He's a good man. He's been keeping an eye on me, and I've been keeping an eye on him. But
Weird.
I heard
Did we hear? Yeah.
friendly ones. It's a good
Yeah,
thing my hammer is made of iron. Then
Hey,
Yeah,
Shaq.
Did I hear the
Iron
words
too.
"no bones"? I heard words "no bones."
Yeah,
yes,
no
bones.
no bones.
Yeah, Shaq. I'm gonna pick up the arm and drop
say,
the
with
arm
the
and
Emmy-
just go.
With the ME not there, I was gonna start to step forward, and you immediately and it bends, and there's that moment of the arms are not supposed to bend that way.
Tannis just kind of like pokes the skull, or where the skull would be in, a bit.
Oh no!
Yeah, full indent, just
The ME told us not to touch it.
Why are you touching it? Well, why are you touching
Technically, I
it? Why are you
didn't.
pushing it?
It's the plate.
right about
touched
this
it.
time as y'all are discussing things. Ro or Jackson, you get a text from your husband, and
I like I won't propose.
no, you get a text from Milton and explaining. I'm not. You were out, so I'm not sure if you actually heard all the details. Like
Yeah,
were you
the
just listening
curse.
on Twitch?
The curse and all the years and all
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, you were listening on Twitch. Sweet.
Yeah. So he texts you with all those details out. Like that's where you just got that information. So.
Hey, Shah, my business associate downstairs says this happens on a pretty cyclical occasion, and he says we should expect at least 5 more deaths in this running of the cyclica thing. So I think we have a chance, at least in this case, to be able to combat what is going on and to be able to save some people.
Did the people who died have anything in common with each other?
Have not gotten that information yet. We can actually go talk to my business associate. He's just right downstairs in the library.
Above table for you using that move, Mr. Milton. Like I'll let you move, like get the full extent of that move, but you guys are gonna dig up more information first before I can actually tell you when and where the next critical event will happen. But at least you have the layout of it.
All right.
Yeah.
I will be looking into any similarities between the people who have died in the past. So like if there's some kind of theme that connects all of them. I'll keep researching that since it got brought up. I'm assuming Jackson would text that question to me Because it seems pertinent.
Yes, I would. And I'm also offering. We can go actually talk to my business associate, see what he's found out as well.
Pan to Tanavas being first one walking into the conference room. Did the people who died have anything in common?
You recognize Tanavast immediately from like your from your previous Shindigo with a Wendigo. You're the guy who had the leg that turned all the way around.
Yes, that leg is nice and hale now.
So yeah, as you're researching through the relation that you can see between all the victims, especially in the past, like you're digging through, you do not see anything like they're not bloodkin. They did not work at the same facility. They didn't come from the same type of background. Like they were all like there's whatever similarities that you see between any two victims don't follow a pattern. Like they just happen to be coincidence, it seems like.
The random serial killer is the hardest to predict.
Is there Mr. Redford, is there any geographical correlation between the disappearances and deaths of these people?
I'm guessing there doesn't seem to be any particular, other than that they all live here.
The only way that like they're not all always in Angola. Like it's a lot of like it just sometimes it'll be from a surrounding city because it's a small town. There's a lot like not a lot goes on here, but like every now and then you'll see that it's just one that's just outside of town or something like that, but not very far. Usually it's located to this general area.
Age?
They all appear to be adults, past the point of like I would say probably like around their mid to late 20s at the very earliest, and at the latest like in their early 40s. So about 20 years difference, maybe.
Attractive?
There is one dude that is just like absolute, just like holy crap, how like this is a tragedy that he died. That's just a waste of looks. No, I'm kidding. It's like, as you look through, like you see that there's no correlation between physical looks. It appears just to be just random people.
Text back. Just unfortunately, they seem random. They don't seem.
Are
to
you
have
guys
any
there in person, or are you texting?
Are you guys there in person?
I'm in the room.
We're in the conference room.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Milton just texted you guys while you're in the room.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's any particular
I thought we walked as a group to where Milton was, unless I'm mistaken.
You're good.
That was just me.
I think that is what happened. That's where
that.
I got a little confused too.
It was just me.
I should leave a note. I am going to note that I'm going to leave a paper note on the body that says there's nothing wrong with my cat before I walk out the ME's office.
Good gracious. Yes, as it stands, it appears to be like young adults to partially middle-aged, in that realm. And of course, you're looking back over 100 years, so that can vary because some people, the age range has definitely grown since then, but not by a large margin. Probably a couple decades at most. So you're looking at, again, people who are old enough to be past adulthood, but also right on the cusp of, middle age, that kind of thing. So.
Interesting.
Milton, did you ever find out where the most recent death, like where the body was found for the most recent occurrence?
That's a DM question. that's a good question.
So you're asking about like, where the body was found?
Yeah.
The body was actually this time was found out in the middle of I don't know how you pronounce it. Pokagon. I don't know how you pronounce it. State Park. Pokagon is how it's spelled. I don't know how you pronounce it. Pokagon.
Kugan.
It's Pokegon.
It's like Bakugan.
It's Pokegon.
It's Pokegon? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a indigenous tribe. So yeah.
There you go. I did not know that at all. Never heard that. Yeah, this Pokegon State Park out there. It's a very nice park. Is got lake access, if I'm not mistaken. It is a very common spot for people to just go and have day trips and things like that. However, this was not a very good time for anybody there.
Well, obviously. I'm sure bones missing is not the best course of action.
Them bones, them missing bones. Sorry. All right. Now, I would, if anyone would like to, I guess, investigate a mystery in this case, like you can. Obviously, this is not going to be like D&D where everybody has to roll. Only one person should roll because it's going to be chaos.
I am not particularly fantastic at investigating mystery, but
I'm pretty damn good at it.
What is it, sharp?
Yeah, it's sharp.
sharp.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
I think Jackson and Milton are +2 sharp.
I'm also
We
plus 4.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, we've all been sort of investigating a mystery.
yeah,
Okay.
Like we
Should
all
we do it
have
else,
that.
guys?
advantage
What do you think the
situation.
next step should be? Let's put it that way.
I would love to help out.
I think we need to talk to the family
investigation.
of. We need to talk to the family of the victim to find out where he was and what
That
he was
is a
doing
very good idea.
leading up to that point. But not
I
all.
also think
Not all of us.
So every one of you show up to the door is like, can we talk to the wife, please?
No, not all of us. Two-pronged investigation here. I think 2 people go talk to the most recent family member. I think the other 2 start talking to townspeople to get a sense of the history of the things that Milton has discovered about this town. To go find who are the town elders who have been here, or other surviving family members from the previous murders.
I mean, I can take that second prong, and I can
I'll
use
go
Dark
on a
Path to try to do that.
Oh yeah, and Justice is going on a date.
Oh yeah, Justice, you're going to the movies.
Catavast goes to the movies.
But if I'd be so permitted, I'd like to use Dark Pass to see if I know anyone in town that I could speak to about previous occurrences of this.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Talk to somebody in town about previous events and everything like that, about like town curse kind of thing.
Yeah, like if I know an elder in town, or if I know one of the previous victims' family members, or some jazz like that. Ah.
You're gonna roll Dark Past again.
I am.
Okay.
I got a 2 plus a 6 plus a 1, so a 9.
Okay. So you get to ask one.
I get to ask one question.
Is that what
and
it
let me
is?
just make sure. I get to ask one question. Yeah, I just get to ask one. There's no real penalty to a half success in this. And the question is obviously, who do I know that can help us right now with this?
So you gotta help us right now. I will say that you know that there's somebody in town who works at the local college. Not local college, but as in the nearest college to town, because I have no idea what college is in Angola, or if anywhere near there. But somebody who works as a professor.
Trin University, TRINE.
Sure. That right there. Thank you for researching that. You know a professor that works there who he's not he doesn't necessarily I know there's a term for it and I can't think of what it is, but he doesn't necessarily teach a class, but he does do study for the university and does research for them and stuff like that.
He's a provost researcher. Or provost.
Sure. I knew there was a term, but I couldn't think of it. But yes, you know somebody. And I'll tell you what, I'll let you even make up his name because it's your character. However you, and then That's right. No, I'm passing the buck to you. Okay, I'm tired of this part of being of a keeper / GM. Like, you have to make up names. And stuff.
This is my worst part of being a GM as well. As I said on Friday, I have an entire village of Grungs that have basic ass names because I was asked the name of one of them. Anywho, his name is going to be Steve.
Professor Jeffrey Bind.
I'm thinking I'm getting like a Steve Corinth vibe from this. So.
Oh, I just picked the name. I went through a Rolodex of names. Yeah. Martin Shingle.
All right, so you go to see your mysterious contact if you want to, and then he's at the local, and basically the reason why you know this guy, he does a lot of extensive research into folklore and things like that. You don't know necessarily if he believes it all, but he knows, he keeps up with myth and like, you know, mythology and theology and all that kind of stuff of local things.
I'm sure I've spoken to him about mythos in the past.
Distinct possibility.
Milton, would you like to join me as I go speak to one of my old colleagues about what may be going on here?
Sure. You know, I always love the chance to meet anybody that has, you know, some credentials or some more information about these crazy happenings.
Of course, he loves a good folklore. So, you want to take your car or mine, or do you want to drive separately?
Out of character. Are you seriously asking to risk putting yourself in Milton's car?
I mean, I did it before, and the worst that happened.
Oh, we'll take my car. Yeah, definitely. I'll drive. You told me how to get there. I'll drive.
All right.
I've seen this show before. Yeah, let's see him drive.
Yeah.
Well, now that I think about it, why don't we drive separately? You just follow me. I'll make sure.
Oh no! It's no reason to waste the gas. Come on.
I insist. I pay for both our gas anyways. I insist, Milton.
Oh, that's a lie. Milton pays for his own gas.
Well, I pay you as well. So I mean, in a roundabout way, I'm paying for your gas.
I mean, in a lot of ways, Milton doesn't need paid. He's on a stipend, basically. He's like
Fair.
Social Security disability or something along those lines.
Fair. I mean,
Military pension or something.
Just follow me, bud.
All right.
I mean, your loss. You won't get to hear the credence.
Kozlov, where's your group going?
Will you turn volume up?
I mean, I'm gonna go with Mr. Moon. You were going to go to the wife, right?
I was gonna check out the last living relative of the current victim. So whoever they're related to, like I want to go. Yeah. I want to go talk to them.
And you may want to on a date.
You may want to hide your shotgun if we're going to go talk to people.
Oh yeah, I'll leave it in the car.
Don't worry, if you need one, I have one handy.
Good to know. Hopefully we don't need it. Hopefully.
Yeah. So, yeah, by the way, Tanavest, I don't know if you thought you were joking or not. You're going on that date. Like, that's happening.
Oh,
that is canon in game.
I was joking, but great. Okay.
I tossed Tanavast maybe a few drops left in it bottle of cool water cologne out of my trunk. Like, here, freshen yourself up.
I still don't know if Tanavast actually like knows how money is. And Kozlov
probably not.
Kozlov would in his bag of several things. He would have cash. He'd just like he'd pull out like Hundi and like a 50.
That Tanavast's eyes are like also like entirely glowing blue, like if like they were just like sapphires with like LED lights behind them. Like
this is gonna be great.
Oh, Shah, I'm gonna.
You're gonna make that girl fall in love, dude. Like that's what's gonna happen.
No, you promised an old lady that you would take another. You promised an old lady you would take her daughter out. This is
Try.
exactly.
The wording was specific.
Shy, you want some sunglasses for your whole situation, or you think you could?
No,
I got
I
a
can just, and I like tap my like armor again, and my armor becomes visible, and then there's just like the glowing blue from the helm.
Oh, Shy. No, wrong idea. Wrong idea, Shy.
What I did. Sunglasses.
I'm going to give
So
him the
what
aviators
happens-
anyways. Just here.
We're gonna go with Mr.
Set the
Kozlov and Mr.
sunglasses on
Moon
the helm.
over to see the family. You guys get the information from the proper authority and everything like that. Like we're gonna say Mr. Brown just kind of gets like kind of helps you out, like knows you all are investigating and all that kind of stuff. You guys have proven your credential at this point, and so he kind of gives you he's like, here, go. We've already interviewed them, but if you feel like you need to, with whatever you're doing, you know, especially for Helsinger group and anything like that, and help them with their investigation. You guys show up to the house. It's very quaint, simple family home. Knock on the door, and are you guys? I'm assuming you all like are looking, and you're kind of like did you change anything on your way there, like to look more presentable, or did you just kind of like?
I left all my weapons except for my pistol that is concealed in the car, and okay. Yeah. I mean, and my normal clothing is jeans and t-shirt with a leather jacket. So and
so you have disarmed yourself except for one pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know Kozlov has the bag of tricks, and so I'm actually like just kind of leaning into the fact that a hunter recognizes another hunter. So
Game recognized game.
Yeah.
I will tell you,
if it goes down,
Indiana,
I'm my best.
Indiana is open carry. If that changes anything about that.
Nah, it's still got to be. I'm still concealing it.
So, Kozlov, you got your bag of tricks?
My bag of tricks still kind of off at my side. Everything is normal. Nice long loose coat. Ready for problems if need be.
Oh, I will take the rolling pin in with me.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
I'll take the rolling pin in me. I'll just kind of like because I have a backpack. I'll just like tuck it down in the backpack.
Okay. So you guys knock on the door. Woman answers. She's like, hello. Can I help you?
Ma'am, I am Agent Moon. This is Agent Kozlov. We're investigating the death of your relative, and I read the name off. Like I flip a pad out, read the name off the pad.
Yeah, Richard. Listen, I already interviewed with the police. Did they not give you any information, or like?
Yeah, we're a different kind of investigation, ma'am. We have to ask questions that maybe the police wouldn't normally have asked, just to get a deeper look, into the matter.
All right, I can spare a few minutes if you want to come in. Just come on. Like she seems like she just seems like she's zonked of energy and everything like that. She's been dealing with the death of her husband and everything like that. So, she opens the door.
Yeah, I take my hat off and tuck it next to me as we sit down. Or does she direct us to sit down or?
Oh yeah, she escorts you to the living room, to the couch and everything. Feel free to have a seat and everything.
I very specifically don't sit. I stay standing kind of like near the entryway into the living room, just kind of like looking around.
Fair enough. I'll definitely take her up on the hospitality to try and make her feel more relaxed.
Again, playing up my charm 0.
Yeah, no, I get it.
No, you get it. I get it. So she sits there across you and just like, so is there anything specific I can help you with? I mean, I like I said, I gave all my information over to the police, but
the body is in a strange state. Are you aware of the state that the body is in?
I haven't. I went to go identify him and everything, but I didn't. They didn't tell me anything about the examination or anything like that.
Okay, the medical examiner has found something quite strange, which is why we got called in, ma'am. Your deceased husband seemed to lack his bones. He was just muscle and skin.
You mean like he had like bone density issues or something? Like
no, more than just bone density. Bone missing, ma'am. As in, his body had become flaccid, rubbery. One would say.
He didn't have bones in his body.
Yeah, ma'am. That's kind of what, unfortunately, I'm saying here.
So it was like oh god, was this like a serial killer? Like what happened?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. We're hoping if you can paint us a picture of his last day, how his day started, anything strange out of the ordinary. It's like it doesn't matter how minute. If you saw a strange light, heard a weird noise, saw him even behaving out of the ordinary at any point leading up to this death, just any minute detail could help us out. Doesn't matter how strange.
He went to work that day. He was at the office like normal. Like he talked to me on lunch for a little bit, and then he got off work. I didn't see him come home. He just didn't come home that night, and that's where I got worried. And the next morning I called the police. They went out looking for him and to see if there's any kind of the evidence of him or anything like that. And they found him in the park. In the park, like they didn't find his car. I will say they didn't find his car there. His car was still at his work, and then the park is probably like a couple miles away from his office. So he probably could have walked there, I guess. But
would he have had?
I just assumed he went out for a stroll or something like that, had a heart attack, and passed. That's what I've been led to believe thus far.
Would there be?
Is this like some kind of prank? Or it's something like he doesn't have any bones in his body? This is like.
We at the Hellsinger Agency do not have a sense of humor we are aware of.
What Agent Kozlov said.
Thank you, Agent K.
I was holding on to that one. I was waiting.
Tommy Lee Jones for the win. Okay. So with this, she's like, so like, nothing unusual happened that I know of. I mean, he was excited to come home to talk to, and then about this time, little boy runs in, and like he's upset. He's just kind of like obviously upset, but like he seems to be like a little bit too young to fully grasp what's happened to his dad. So he may have been told that the father has like, you know, obviously passed away, but doesn't really fully grasp what that means yet, kind of thing. He's still a little young, and kind of is upset. And she's like, "Honey, what's wrong?" And she goes, "I can't find it. I can't find it. Is it what and where?" And then I can't find it. And he's like, "Oh, yeah." And so she's like, "I have it over here." She pulls out a silver dollar. Just like it's something you don't see very often anymore. It's a silver dollar, you know, and hands it to the kid. And he's like, thank you, and like he's all excited and he wants to hold on to it and everything like that. And then he goes off to play with it for a second. She goes, sorry, he holds on to that thing like crazy ever since he got it. So,
as the thing with the silver dollar is happening, I reach down in my bag. I don't pull out the rolling pin, but I put my fingers in to see if I feel it moving.
As you feel it, you can feel it vibrating a little bit.
I'm going to look over at Kozlov and just kind of give him that look like something here ain't right.
May I try to read a bad situation now?
Yeah, if you feel like, yeah, I mean, this is something that could be a bad situation, so go ahead.
Okay, yeah, with Agent Moon again. Oh, sorry to keep harping on that one, but I have tactical genius, so when I read a bad situation, I can use my cool instead of my sharp.
Heck, look at you.
I'm cool as fuck. 3. I needed it because I rolled a total of 6, so that's 6 plus 3.
9.
9. Okay, so with a read a bad situation, you get to ask one of the questions off the list.
Oh, right. The list. Read a bad situation is on that page.
Thank you for reminding me to open that.
Yeah. By the way, it's 2 pages for like the whole it's so easy. Just throw that up.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
I would say that in this case, nothing appears to your, like, as you're looking around the situation, you're reading the situation, nothing appears to be dangerous. Like, really, honestly, nothing here appears to be dangerous from what you can tell. So, like, it just seems to be normal situation, normal setting as of right now.
Yeah. Young blood. Where did you acquire this coin? And I'll just kind of like look towards because that's the only thing that changed before Sean looked at me. I'm just where did you get that coin, that trinket?
He looks he looks up and he's like I got it because I got it under my pillow. And then the mom goes, yeah, he lost a tooth the other night, and so the tooth fairy brought him
sorry, the what?
Silver dollar.
What?
The tooth fairy brought him a silver dollar.
Right.
Oh yeah, like at the sound of her saying tooth fairy, where's the boys' room, ma'am?
Are you asking her where the boys' room is?
Yes.
She's like, it's down the hall.
As soon as you ask where the room is, and she says it, Kozlov fully reaches into the bag, and just it's already racked back the shotgun, because it doesn't keep it like ready to fire immediately, but just
ma'am, you and your son stay here. And
what is going on?
Go outside of your house right now. Go to the very nice car out front. Stay.
I don't understand what is. I'm listen. I'm gonna be. I'm a little scared right now. Like, what is happening? Like, you just pulled a gun out in my house.
She's asking. He's going towards the room.
I'm going I'm gonna let Kozlov go towards the room, and I'm gonna try and explain to her, ma'am, everything that you're about to hear is going to seem extremely strange, but we have reason to believe that the tooth fairy is the reason your husband is dead and your son has this random silver dollar. And it all sounds strange and weird and completely unbelievable. But
yeah, it's a little unbelievable that you would jump in my house with guns and everything, and then tell me that the tooth fairy killed my husband.
I take the rolling pin out so she can see it rotating and glowing on its own.
She's like, I don't understand. What the hell is going on? And about this time, Kozlov obviously has paid no regard, has gone straight to the room. Boys' room, very typical boys' room, just, bed, some toys, some posters, and... So what?
I text Jackson and Milton there to possible located place of Fae appearance, and I shoot them the address just so they know where we're at and what's happening.
I think that was one of my favorite moments, was saying Tooth Fairy and watching everyone in the chat go
yeah, everybody's face.
So as you go back again, typical boys' room, there's some posters up. There's it's And it's like things you would expect a kid of his age. You might see Minecraft up there. You might see a superhero. You might see, just these odd different things. And as you go back into the room, really nothing appears to be out of place here. Did you have anything specific you wanted to do while you were looking in here?
I'm going to be honestly probably like flipping the room, like looking around.
Oh, you are flipping this room over. Okay, cool.
I'm looking through, doing a quick going from big to small, like closet, under bed, looking up and around air vents, just starting to go, just clearing the room basically.
Okay.
From
awesome.
big to small, considering it said Tooth Fairy, and in Kozlov's mind, Tooth Fairy is something smallish.
Yeah. Well, and here's the deal. I will say that, for the sake of story, would anyone here like to just go ahead and lay claim to? I know of the Tooth Fairy. I've seen them before. Or is the Tooth Fairy going to be a very foreign concept to pretty much anybody here?
I can't use mine until under pressure. Until I'm face down with that.
I will say, well, you know what? Just because you have specifically that rule, because you specifically have that move, I will say that, Sean, you kind of that for a fact, Tooth Fairy there's not one. Tooth Fairy are like a species of fairy,
Mm-hmm.
and they are, of course, small pixie type things. A more appropriate name would probably be Tooth Pixie, more specifically.
Okay.
But Tooth Fairy is what they've been called. That's what they're known throughout the entirety of American lore and all that kind of stuff. Well, you know that, as far as you know, Tooth Fairies are not necessarily bad. They're not really good either. I mean, obviously, the whole deal of them giving money, that stems from folklore of back in the day. You would give exchange for a tooth for for a commodity of some kind, and it would not just be money. It could be money, but it could also be food. It could be something, for all you know, it could be something to help your family, all that kind of stuff. It's a payment for, like, hey, it's a trade, and that's how it works with fairy and fae in general. They trade all the time. It's kind of one of their things. So you've never heard of a case where a Tooth Fairy just straight up murked a guy and took his bones. Like, this is a very foreign concept to you. But I will say that that's what you have in your head. Kozlov, I will say that if you dealing with the Helsinger group, you may not have come across it yourself yet, but you know that Tooth Fairy, small fairy. You're looking for something small. So yes, you are flipping this room over. I would say act under pressure.
Under pressure. Hey.
Can I also argue Jackson knows about the Tooth Fairy in a similar way to Sean?
I would say, yeah. I kind of gave that information specifically to Sean because of his move, but you having your dark past as well, because you said you've dealt with stuff like this before, you would kind of not really know, like, you've come across things like this before and not really unraveled that mystery before. Kind of in the same thing of, like, bones. Tooth Fairies don't steal bones, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So a 1 and a 3, but thank God I have 3 cool.
You're so cool.
So you got 7.
A 7. I got a 7.
All
You're
right.
so cool.
Yeah, no, I saw the 4 and I was like, fuck. And I saw 3, I'm like,
acting under pressure, as you're flipping this room, you were just going, like, knocking everything over, a desk lamp, little posters off the wall, take the mattress, flip them, and...
Oh, man, yeah, no, he would. I was like, part of me was, part of me,
back, weren't you? But then you were like,
yeah, part of me, part of me is like, oh, I wouldn't flip a kid's room. No, Jeremy wouldn't flip a kid's room like that. Kozlov fucking would.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, where are you, fairy? I shoot you in the face. And like, just...
oh well, to be fair, it's
room
it's cool. It's calculated, but it is not pleasant.
So yeah, as you flip through this room, you don't see anything. You just know that you basically, what has happened at the end of this is you just tore up a kid's room.
Does not stop to think about that. Just merely goes back to the doorway and Boys' room is clear.
Room is clear. I have a question. Milton, would you have a police scanner on you?
In my car, for sure.
Well, you're in your car, so that fits.
Oh yeah.
You hear an APB go out, not an APB, but a report go out to say that police have been called, to a location. A body has been found.
Oh shit! I'm calling Jackson.
Okay. Wait, wasn't Jackson with you?
No, Jackson decided to drive his own car.
We're in separate
That's
vehicles.
right. I forgot about that. We established that. Yeah. So you called Jackson.
You could barely hear Milton because there's "Run Through the Jungle" by Creedence playing in the background. Hey Jackson, on the police scanner, they got a new body. There's a new body they found on the police scanner. I'm gonna give him the address.
Yep. This one
Police
appears to
already
be...
responding.
This one actually appears to be down the road from the library, actually, like secluded in some kind of in a little bit of a roughage in a way.
What you're saying is we're closer than the police are?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, I'm going to in the middle of the conversation, I'm going to click over to voice command on my phone, and I'm going to have Google search for the response time of the police unit in this town. Hey Google, what's the response time for police in Angola, Indiana?
Average police response time. I'm not going to be quoting any Google. I'm going to be making it my
up,
own. I'm going to say 20 minutes.
Jackson, we got 20 fucking minutes if we could get there first. But you got to do the talking. They're not going to believe I'm a cop.
All right, I can do it. And I'm just going to immediately pop my Chevelle into the fucking highest gear that bitch will go and just start speeding towards location.
Milton is going to park a block away because he knows that his car is suspicious.
Considering all the sticker memorabilia and everything on the back.
Yeah. He'll park a block away and walk towards the scene.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. While I'm walking though, I'm going to be networking with the rest of the group that I have numbers for. So I've at least got Sean's number. So I'm going to message Sean and say, hey, there's a new body that turned up on the police scanner. The police take a while to get here, so we're going to check it out. Sending him the address too. It's at 1234 Fake Street.
Confirmed. House is clear of Ferry, but something is still. They've definitely been here. Is my response.
So, what we cut to? It's outside a house. There's a firm knock at the door. A very beautiful young woman answers, and standing in front of her is Tanavast, his suit and tie, and she's like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, I believe your grandmother or our mother, perhaps. I'm not sure.
His grandmother.
Grandmother. Noted that you might require accompaniment to the theater this evening.
Oh my goodness! Did she do this again? Okay.
That was actually a pretty smooth entrance, though. Just saying.
I'm sorry. She does this from time to time. Anytime she finds someone who's, you are very beautiful. So sorry.
What you're supposed to say is breathing. Anytime she finds someone who is breathing.
She's like, you know what? I mean, I got time if you want to go do something. Actually.
In for a penny, in for a pound, I guess.
So
Yeah, and jeez, sure, yes.
he's like, sure. I heard the new Dungeons and Dragons movie is coming out. Like we should go see that.
Dungeons and Dragons. It sounds excellent. It's
Like, find a way to pirate it, I would, because screw WotC. But
absolutely
all these words are just going over your head. You have no idea.
None.
No, I want that movie just to see it.
So yeah, she's like, all right, give me a couple minutes, and then she just like goes inside. Sorry, do you want to come sit down or?
Sure, absolutely.
We're making this happen. This is happening.
Of honor. Like you would, yeah. Like he's in for a penny, in for a pound. Like,
you're here to investigate a murder, and you're on a date. I love it. So we're gonna say that. Fast forward a little bit, you end up like going to the local theater, and as you pass by, there's just with some like police cars going back the opposite direction. She's like, that's weird. But you're like, but I told them I would. So
I said I would. So here I am.
So, here's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut off from there for a second.
But go for it.
You're good. We're gonna cut off from there. But we're gonna jump back over to Milton and Jackson as you guys show up on the crime scene, right? We're gonna have like a quick little succession of events here in a little bit. So as you guys show up at the crime scene, what you guys come across? You see a crowd of people. Are you guys just kind of cutting through to the front? Or are you gonna act like you're gonna be like, hey, back away, we're investigators, that kind of thing? What do you do? What's your gig?
Oh, I'm definitely doing that.
I'm just following suit. I'm following suit, whatever he's doing. At least I am wearing like the crumpled up suit like you'd expect a detective to wear, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just coming forward.
You look like a hardened detective who just been tired.
I look like a detective who lives at his desk and has a bad marriage.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm just. Does he have a bottle of whiskey in the filing cabinet? Anywho. I'm walking through. I have my cat literally walking right beside me. So
Milton actually, he doesn't drink when they're working, ever. He will only have a beer at the bar. But Milton doesn't drink because he likes to keep his mind clear, so that he can see all the facts.
Of course.
Clear eyes, man. That's my screen name.
But I'm going to walk forward with my massive ass cat right beside me. I'm just going to say, everyone, please back away some so we can investigate the body. We are investigators brought in from out of town to investigate what is happening here. If everyone would please just back up.
The crowd is kind of they're kind of hesitant to do anything. They're not backing up and giving you space, but they are backing up to not far enough away. They can't. They're not they're curious as to what's going on. Some people have just walked away because they don't want to see this. So some people are just kind of still morbid curiosity, what's going on. They have their cell phone out and they're recording stuff, and
I'm going to turn to one of the people who has their cell phone out recording, and I'm going to walk up just real close to them, and I'm going to say, if you don't put the damn cell phone up, I'll make sure that you spend every day of your life wishing that you were dead. Now, if you'd be so kind as to back up. Thank you.
The guy just kind of goes all right, jeez. Puts the phone away and backs up.
Now, if everyone be so kind and doesn't want to meet the claws of my good friend here, if you'd be so kind as to back up to a respectable distance, we'd be much appreciative.
So, as it stands with you guys, you see this body on the ground, and it matches the exact same. It appears this person is crumpled up into a pile almost, with the fact that they have no bones. all their bones have been stolen. It's almost like Batman himself has been here.
No bones, no bones.
Batman steals people's bones. Like he's like, you know what? They're mine now.
I'd like to investigate a mystery.
Sure, go for it.
I would like to, let me roll that, and then I'll ask the questions after I roll that. And because Discord crashed, I have to type it in manually again.
While you're investigating that, real quick, let me just get what the intentions are of Mr. Kozlov and Mr. Moon. Where y'all heading?
I'll run right back down to Mr. Moon, and just as I'm coming down the hallway, shoving the shotgun back in, and there's nothing in the boys' room. Where are you detecting the thing?
I think the coin came from the ferry. The coin that the boy has, I think is directly from there, and I just got word that there's a new body.
Oh shit. I'm going to this is such a Kozlov thing to do. I'm gonna like as I'm going to put away the shotgun, I'm going to pop the unspent shell out of the shotgun, just to make sure that it's not racked and ready to rock accidentally. And without even looking at the mom, I'm going to look at the kid and I'm going to say, I will trade you for your silver.
The gun?
Oh, the shell, the unspent shell.
The bullet. Okay.
The slug.
It's a shell. It's a narrow scatter shot, but it's still a scatter shot.
Okay, so it's not a slug.
Is it buckshot or birdshot though?
That's better.
Yeah, but it's a shotgun shell, not used, full of birdshot still, full of gunpowder still. And he just pops it out of the chamber and just. Will keep you safer than that silver will, I promise you.
He just kind of goes like, he sees that the silver dollar was the thing, and he sees the bullet. He's like, cool! And he just like immediately hands over that dollar, and then has like he's like, this is so cool. And then the mom is like, what the hell are you? Why did you just buy?
Just keep walking with the silver dollar, and just walking back to the shop.
So cut back over to Jackson. Jackson, what did you rolled investigate a mystery? Would you roll?
I did. I rolled a 10.
Okay.
I'm not making much experience this session, but I am making a lot of good rolls, which is good. So I can hold 2, and one hold, or holds can be spent to ask the following questions.
Yes.
I would like to ask, where did it go? And I guess kind of also like a what happened here, geared towards a sense of like, how is it removing the bones?
Okay. Cool. Now that you have more information as to what this is, thinking this is obviously related to the tooth fairies. You're trying to figure out what's going on, and so you look and you notice that the mouth is kind of agape, and it appears that what you suspect could have happened is that it has somehow found its way to be able to get in through the throat, and which is an entrance into the body, of course, and then from there work its way to the bones and all that kind of stuff. And again, no trace of bones in this whatsoever. As far as where it went, it's a fairy, so it has multiple directions it could have gone. But in this case, you do notice that in this kind of little, not like it's not a park like it was previously. This is kind of like just like a little backwoods area kind of thing, like where there's a little bit of tree line, a little bit of roughage and everything like that. And you can see that it looks like as things were you notice that there's a little bit of decay on the grass around, as if it was just consumed almost, like almost life itself was consumed from it. And not that it doesn't seem to be in the same way the bones are gone, because bones are just gone, but it seems like this may just be a result, and you would know this, like a result of an aura of something that is not necessarily here on good terms, kind of thing. This is not uncommon for bad things to like just absorb life around them, essentially.
Could I have Milton make a check?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to check?
I want to use magic to observe another place or time.
Sure. Go ahead and roll that. And then, but I will say, Jackson, you notice that it goes off in a kind of south. It's almost like it's, I said you weren't very far from the library. It's almost like going off in the direction of the library, but you didn't see anything on the way here. It didn't seem like there was anything amiss there, but it seems to go off in that direction.
Okay.
Okay. Milton got a total of an 8 on that roll, and I'm trying to see where the bones went.
Okay.
I want to see where they currently are. So my other place is wherever the bones currently are, or wherever the creature currently is.
I will say that
that does come with a glitch.
Obviously. That glitch.
Sometimes you stare into the void and the void stares back.
I will say that as you're seeing this vision of another place in time, you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to do specifically where the fairy went and everything?
Or where the bones are, because like it took the bones, or it ate the bones, one of the two, but either way it's with it.
You see that as you're tracking in your like you've chosen the bones as a focal point, essentially, and
yes.
you're seeing it from this creature's point of view. You cannot see what it is. You can only see that from its point of view, traveling along the way, and it matches the path that I just described for Jackson, heading off that way towards the library. And it seems to be like this thing just was able to zip very fast, and it appears to have gotten right at the cusp of the park. And right about that time, you hear a voice in your head say, "No," and then you actually suffer 1 harm as a result, because the spell seems to bite back on you.
Ouch. Okay, I'll take that harm. Milton, his eyes glow with the magic of sight, and after a brief moment, he kind of hand goes to his head, as he obviously is hurt by the magic somehow, and he's going to put a hand on Jackson's shoulder and say, "It's in the park. It just moved into the park."
I'm going to basically, my car's fastest. Let's get over there.
Now,
And it's closer. Let's go.
for the sake of posterity, let me just clarify. Do we have 30 minutes or an hour and 30 minutes? I can't remember.
An hour and 30
hour and 30
minutes.
Good. We have time. Awesome. One-shots have a hard time existing with me. I want to tell all the story, and I can't stop myself sometimes. So then it's like, hey, 4 hours. And I'm like, we're about halfway done. But no, we're gonna try and wrap this up as best we can. So as it stands, you guys are on your way. We're gonna cut back over to the local theater, and
I was gonna say, when those cops zipped by, I'm just a little unfamiliar with all these things. Could I have tried to read a bad situation?
well, I mean, you're not currently yourself in a bad situation. I would say that. So it's like I'm not sure if it would.
Okay.
You can definitely try to.
Well, like I was just thinking, like the cops zipping by. I wasn't sure if that was like that counted.
Well, I wouldn't say that wouldn't really constitute a role in this case.
Okay.
You, as of course, you being here, knowing what you're here to investigate, you would just instinctively know something's going down.
Okay.
But
All right.
what you do with that information is up to you. As of right now, what's happening is you guys have just made your way into the theater. She's like, all right. So she buys tickets. She's like, she's very, like, I don't need no man. I'm here on my own, And so, like, this is a date. I'm paying my way, that kind of thing. So they're up at the, you're up at the concession, and this is all foreign to you. You have no idea. You're just following behind.
Yep.
And just.
I know I've got some money, some paper stuff that looks like what she's got. Been handing out
So
from
comes down to
but...
popcorn, drink, some candies. Like, all right, that'll be $22.50. Which, let's face it, that's just reality. That's how theater prices are.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that was probably. I might have undershot that, honestly.
I've worked at a theater. That's cheap.
It's a small town. They can't be too expensive.
That's fair.
Yes, but
So
also in small towns,
Santa Bass,
theaters
looks
are
at
kind of
you
luxury.
like she looks at you like obviously like, all right, I paid for my ticket, you know.
Yeah,
Everything like that.
yeah, I pull out the stack of cash that I have from Koslov and I slide it across the counter.
You gave like 150, didn't you?
Yeah, a Hyundai and a 50.
So you just slap 100 and a 50 on the counter. They're like, okay. And so they take the 50.
Big Bill's here showing off for the girl.
Shit.
So they're like, all right, let me get some change for you. And as they're dealing with this, what happens actually is there is somebody that like is kind of, there seems to be like a little bit of a tussle going on next to you.
Oh.
Some people are just kind of like, it's getting a little physical. And
Unfortunate.
yeah, right about this time, they come over and they're like about to knock into her. Would you like to? Well, if you would like to do anything about this to prevent that from happening, if you would like to, you can definitely do a act under pressure if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe protect someone, but I can try to.
Oh no, I forgot that was a move.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do protect someone.
Yeah, I'll try to protect her. I guess.
I keep forgetting that's a move. Act under pressure is kind of a catch-all. So.
Right. That is. That's plus tough, right? That's my tough. My tough is 2. So that's. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna use some luck. That's what I'm gonna do.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 6 total.
Okay, if you want to use luck, you have that option.
Well, I mean, I know you get experience for failing, but like,
Well, you still get the experience for failing. You still failed that check.
Oh no, not if you use not if you use luck.
yeah.
Does
If
your-
you use
your
luck, you
playbook-
don't get experience.
Does your playbook have a benefit when you use luck? Mine does.
No, mine has a detriment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
When I spend
No,
a
I
luck
think
point,
that's
I
if
get
you use
word
up
my
all your
mission.
luck.
It says divine special. When I spend a luck point, you get word your mission requires something difficult that must be done by me urgently. So,
Are you using a luck point then?
I mean, I don't want like I need. If he feels the need to protect his date, and like I'm clearly gonna fail, so like he would want to succeed. And
Well, hold on.
probably accept
Are the
that caveat.
consequences
Wait. wait.
consequences your date dying or just like getting bumped by somebody?
I don't know. There's a tussle. It's physical. That's what I've got.
I mean, I'll argue that
If you feel like that using that luck point is your wisest choice, it's fine.
Well,
You know?
you can fail at protecting her.
Hey,
and
let it
then
be.
just-
Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be.
Let
He
him
made
go,
a decision. Let him make his decisions. Let's go.
So let's do it.
I'm here to help.
Yeah, no, you know what? I think that's right. You know, I'll do that. I'll use a luck point to make it a 12 because if I do that, then the advanced for protect someone on 12, both me and the person I'm protecting are unharmed and out of danger. If I was protecting a bystander, they also become my ally.
Okay.
So I now have an ally potentially, I guess.
That,
I mean, yeah,
do you have
yeah.
advance for that? Wait, I do have to ask, do you have advance for that? And I hate to be like this jackass about it, but
I don't know what that means.
Oh, is that an advanced move?
Yeah, it says advanced on a 12.
Oh yeah, no, that's different. You have to be leveled up enough to be able to access that.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, then never
yeah.
mind.
On a 10 plus, though, you get to choose an extra. You suffer little harm, which means you take away 1 harm from what would have happened. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back. So, in this case, it's just a matter of, do you just want to go ahead and take the harm?
I mean, I was just gonna say I hold the enemy back, but I guess
Well, you can hold the enemy back too if you like. That does mean that somebody's gonna bump into her. It just means that you're just kind of like stopping it, essentially before it gets worse.
I guess all impending danger is now focused on me. Then I'll take that option.
Sure. Yeah. This is a very small situation of where this is being used. So all of this is very relative.
Yeah.
But in this case, yeah. So all the danger is now focused on you. Essentially, they bump into her, and you're like, "Hey!" and you step in the way, and they're like, "What? You want to go? Like, you want to do this?" And so they're all up in your face now.
So I guess now act under pressure, because crap, I don't know.
I mean, you can totally just tell them what you want. You can step outside, or this will end up bad, or something like that. Just something like that of that nature, if you want. Up to you.
Shoot. He's kind of alien. He'll just sort of, just tap his chest again and make his armor appear, and and yeah.
Okay. So they all kind of go like,
there.
whoa,
Yeah.
okay. All right, Cosplay McGee, what's going on here?
Well, if you wish to tussle, I feel I should be prepared for such an endeavor, and I don't know.
So they kind of they go, we're good, and they start backing up.
Just
and then so you turn back to your date
again, yeah. Tap the armor, make it invisible again. Turn back to my date, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the caveat of making that is a 12. With the luck point is the divine special thing.
Awesome. Well, hey, you know what? We're gonna be able to chip that in immediately, because what's going on here is she's kind of sitting there. She's like, "Oh, thanks," and she's like, "We have to go. I think. I need to get an ice pack or something."
Oh dear, whatever's wrong?
They knocked. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry. They knocked me on the counter, and I hit my face on the counter, and then she then they knocked a tooth out. I gotta go. I gotta do something with.
Tooth.
I gotta do something with this. So she's like, can we? She's like, talk to the person behind the counter. She's like, can I get an ice pack or something like this? This is really hurting. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Utilize the
Might
staff.
I help you? And can I try to lay on hands and just?
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I have a +1 to cool.
The people at the concession stand could totally just get a bag of ice for him, but by all means, do the crazy magic thing.
Jesus, it's like,
I love it. No, I love it.
Let me fix that.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a total of 7 on the dice +1, so 8.
Partial, which means you take the brunt of it, which means, guess what? Her tooth comes back and yours pops out.
Yep. Is that 1 harm, I'm guessing?
I mean, yeah, you can take a harm from that. Your tooth is now missing.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if it was a harm or not. I also
that'll be 1 harm in this case, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at us all taking damage without ever even running into the baddie.
Right? Does my just asking, my divine armor, which is 1 armor, doesn't help with that at all, right? Because
I would say that for the sake of what happened, I would say that because you
wouldn't lay on hands kind of
lay on
bypass it?
hands, you took on the harm yourself.
Right.
So
okay.
yeah,
all right.
It would override that.
Okay.
Cool.
That's fine. It's just a tooth, right?
Yeah, just a tooth, right?
Hannah is totally ignorant as to everything that has recently been discovered.
So, you does anyone have Tanavast's like ability to get a hold of it or anything like that?
I mean, I can, but I have to use magic to do it, and I'm driving at the moment, so no. Wait, no. I'm going to use preparedness, so Milton and I show up at the theater for some fucking reason.
That'd be man with a plan.
Or man with a plan. I'm going to use that so we just show up while, like, show up to where the fairy is now attacking someone. I'm going to word it that way.
I guess the question there would be, is my lingering magic still showing me anything, or am I completely cut off from it?
Oh no, it cut you off whenever you heard that voice say no, and then just
as we're driving, I guess, because this thing moves so quickly, I would have Milton try again because he's riding shotgun. He's not driving.
sure.
And
Another place in time.
Yep. Well, I'm viewing specifically the creature because I've done it once. Now I know it. Now I know I can do it again. It's going to be another 8.
Okay.
So it gets a glitch.
Yeah, it gets a glitch. So I would say that in this case, let me get them. I want to see what I can do for my list of things. This is my how can I mess with you thing.
You can weaken it. You can give it a short duration. I can take 1 harm, which ignores armor.
Obviously, yeah.
I can draw immediate unwelcome attention.
Yeah, that's kind of I think that's the one that's gonna I bring up the case in this one. So basically, as you look through again, you can see through its eyes. It appears to now have found, as you look through, this is a park, right? And there is a lake area. There is also some wood. There's some hike trails and things like that. It's a decent sized park, and there appears to be a tree hollow out there, and that's where you're seeing this tree hollow in the middle of the woods. And dancing around it, you actually see the lights of what would be better described as tooth pixies, but what is very commonly referred to as tooth fairies. Because they're small and they floating around, flying around. They all seem to be convening around this hollow.
They're adorable.
They are very adorable. It's quite cute. And then about that time, you feel that dark presence looming over you, and it's almost as if you can feel the eyes peering back down the way at you, like looking back the opposite direction.
Milton turns his head and looks to see if, because he's seeing kind of through the creature's eyes. Is it like looking at our car?
It's looking into you.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
You
It's
can
right.
feel it peering back down the rabbit hole, essentially.
Milton covers his eyes with his hands. That seems like the best.
Jackson, you just walk. You're just driving along. All of a sudden, you see like Milton just go.
Yeah, we're just going like 130 on these back roads, just like fuck everyone, and I'm just like, oh shit. Can you give me a location, bud? Which do I need to spend my man with a plan to be able to get over there, or no?
Well, it's still in the park, though.
If you want to use that to just Deus Ex Machina your way, like to the hollow, like now that he has an idea where it is, you totally have the option. Well, not to be there specifically, like right there, but like to be in the area going that way. The reason why I say it that way is because this thing knows where Milton is and knows who Milton is. Like has a lock on Milton.
It's in a hollow in the park. There's a hollow tree in the park, and that seems to be where it's going. Like maybe it's where it lives. I don't know. But it's looking back at me, man.
Oh,
it's fucking looking at me, man. There's a bunch of tooth fairies, and it's fucking looking at me, man.
Sure. Well,
you gotta help me if you got any fucking cold iron or anything like that, man. Come on, like what works on fairies? Do you got any like razor blades, like little razor blades? I could throw razor blades at them. It'd be great. Like, come on, man.
Sha. Hey, Milton. It's okay. I got iron, and I'm gonna start taking off like a couple necklaces and just like wrap these around your fist, like, because I mean, as I said in the beginning, like I have all kinds of sigils and shit. So like,
Yeah.
here, have an iron necklace to wrap around your fist to punch fairies with. If
and
it's looking for you,
he actually will do that. Actually, I have an interesting question about that because Milton is a conspiracy theorist, and one of the objects that Milton has in his inventory is weighted gloves or brass knuckles. Can I have brass knuckles made of cold iron?
Yeah, if that's
Okay.
what you have in your inventory, sure.
Okay, he's actually going to reach down into one of his cargo pockets and pull out a pair of brass knuckles made of cold iron.
That would fit your character, I'd say. So yes.
Yeah. We got it. Okay, I remember. I got this. Okay.
So you guys are making your
Gotcha.
way towards the park.
well,
Where
the question is, like, I still want to ask Milton, like, Shad, should we go near it or should we avoid it until we can get more peoples here?
Man, I don't know. You're the one who knows more about them. They're tooth fairies, but this one is bigger. It's bigger. Like it stands taller than the rest of them. I'm seeing through its eyes, so I can't like see it, but like perspective wise, it stands a lot taller than them.
Shad. I'm gonna pause the Commodore's brick house on my radio, and call up Sean and just be like, "Hey, Shad, we think we found it, but I think its next victim wants to be Milton. Go to the park. There's a holler near the park. Look for my car. You know my car. Look for my car, and we will reconvene there. Try to get everyone there if you can. Get Luca to get Tanavas. Get the whole nines."
All right. Well, Kozlov is with me. We'll go look for Tanavas. I guess there's probably only one theater in this one-horse town, so shouldn't be hard to find. And then
Shad, meet us there.
so you guys are gonna go pick up Tanavas?
Am I the only one who can't hear Sean?
Oh, you
Yeah,
not
I
hearing
can hear
Sean?
Sean.
Yeah.
You're the only one
Yeah.
not hearing him.
Oh gosh. Oh, he's gone, and he'll be back.
Yeah, he's
Welcome.
back.
Welcome to the internet.
But yeah, I tell Kozlov, mount up. We got to go.
And when you say that, I'm going to kind of like my eyes are going to kind of just like I'm going to stare that 1,000-yard stare, and knowing what I know about Justice, remind me your character name.
Tanavast.
Tanavast. Knowing what I remember, knowing what I know about Tanavast, I'm going to close my eyes, and it's going to be almost like a prayer, like a weird little prayer of telling him where we're trying to tell him where we're going, and very specifically starting out with sorry to ruin your date, but and so,
I'm gonna call this a this will be a magic roll because that's
Yeah.
more of a magical side of things. Okay. Okay.
I have one weird, so I'm justifying it that he has at least a little bit of understanding.
Well,
Yeah,
everyone can do magic. I mean,
Oh fuck a duck. Okay, you know what? We're this is 2 luckies being spent on that goddamn date.
What did you roll?
It's important to succeed.
Yeah. Sometimes it's very important to succeed. I rolled a total of 6, so like
okay.
I'm going to try and push through, as I'm feeling most certainly blocked by it, and just like my eyes roll back in my head and just go to connect.
Okay, sure. It works. Then you have a it works without as intended. Essentially, is what happens on a 10. So, all right. So yeah, Tanavast, you get like this weird prayer feeling, and you're just like, oh gosh, I haven't felt one of those in a while.
Right.
So how does Tanavast respond?
Yeah. What exactly is being told? Sorry.
Sorry for bothering you on your date, but Milton made a connection with the fairy creature, location where we just got told that we need to go, and that fairy creature is probably going to try and eat Milton, or at least Milton's bones. So,
okay. So, all right. So then Tanavas, receiving that information, and now missing a tooth himself, would say, I'm very sorry, but it seems that I must now take a leave from this evening together, as now my tooth seems to have fallen out on its own.
Yeah,
hopefully your
this actually
pain
is worse state. She's still got the ice pack on because she doesn't feel like she doesn't realize that you fully healed her. She just thinks that she's still like it doesn't make sense to her that her tooth would pop out of her head and then not be bad. So like she's like this is actually not the worst date I've been on. So like let's do this again sometime. It could be fun.
Absolutely, yes. If I'm ever in town again, I will look you up. And then I'm just gonna try to freaking angel wings to
there it is.
When you're by yourself, you don't have to roll. So
I don't.
When you're by yourself, you just roll. You just go. You just do it.
You're just angel wings from from where she's sitting next to you.
Yeah. It's only
just
when
take
I carry
off.
people. So like,
so you use your angel wings in the middle of this theater lobby in front of your date. You know that you just healed with magic, as you know. Yeah.
Like you do.
Cool.
You know,
like just if that's what
he's
you
gonna
want
be thinking about you for a long time.
I mean, I walk out the door first. Like it's gonna be difficult to get to the door, but I like walk out the front door and then all of a sudden just like just take off. But it says instantly, so I imagined it more of like apparating, kind of like
orbing,
Harry Potter, you know.
It is however you choose. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. So
all right,
cover yourself and you disappear in your own cover.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sure. That can be dismissed easily, right? No.
You just grow 7-foot wingspan wings, and then you just disappear and like out of the crowd entirely. Yeah, that can be.
I mean, I always
appear.
I always pictured a supernatural Castiel just like gone
in my backseat.
You know?
Oh.
Because I know you guys well.
Yeah. Does
you seen
so? My cat's in the backseat. How does my cat react to this?
Tailipo will just be sitting there. Just full on dude shows up, like a whole person just shows up in the back seat, and Tailipo is just kind of sitting there like, okay, I'm the cat. I should not be scared by this. Like I should be the thing scaring people normally.
You get used to it after a while, as I'm sure one does to you. I'm assuming we're close.
Yeah, sure. We're waiting for Shamoon or Sean and Mr. Luca to get up here, and then we're gonna be on our way, and we're gonna be fighting a bone fairy that wants to kill Milton right now. And while I'm saying this, like I'm not holding it with my fingers, but I have a backwoods just like bouncing in my lips while I'm saying all this, right. Fully lit. And I've replayed the Commodore, so like Brick House is still playing. Like,
gotcha. I'm just like, excellent, and I tap my chest, my armor reappears, and I have my hammer in my hand.
Jesus fucking Christ! That's fucking cool.
So we're waiting on
that's
Mr.
cool.
Moon and Mr.
How'd you do that?
To show up, right? Like you guys are heading that direction?
Mr. Moon is driving.
Yeah, we are headed that way.
Awesome. Okay. Well, you guys show up at the park first. You know, we're still waiting for them to show up and everything. And are you guys just going to be waiting in the car? Are you going to be getting out, taking a look around? Like, what are you going to be doing?
I'm immediately, I want to, if I'm allowed to, use big magic to kind of form a barrier around the area so that the fairy can't get out of that area.
Okay.
Kind of like a reverse fairy ring, basically.
You'll need some specific things that would obviously the big magic. You'll need special components and stuff like that.
Would it help if Milton helped? Could I also roll along with it to maybe make it a little bit easier?
I would say that if you want to go ahead and do it, I would say that I won't make you roll for magic. If you want to roll your preparedness to see if you have that stuff, you can do that. And then Milton, you can roll a help, roll. You can help them, and basically you're helping them look for all this stuff, essentially.
How many people can help?
Right, you really don't want me to roll help. You would probably rather have me roll in the magic.
Well, I mean, we're both good at magic, but
I can
I
actually
shot
probably
it.
help. On,
Yeah, but I have
on
a
help
negative
roll,
one cool.
'cause I have a +1 cool. I could help.
I have a
shot
negative
Tanner.
one cool.
Can I call you Tanny? Anywho, in my trunk I have a whole bunch of shit. We need to find that shit so we can keep this thing from getting our good friend Milton over here.
Well, let us try.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop the trunk. Let me roll my preparedness. What? Wait, hold on. What stat is my
Sorry,
preparedness?
Jeremy, I just saw your GIF that you put in the chat.
What's my sharp? Okay, +2. All right, give me just 1 second while I roll that.
Okay, so,
You know, sometimes
I
you clink glasses, sometimes you clink shotguns.
I got a total of, or I got a 5 and a 5, so I got a 10 + 2, so I got a 12.
I
On your
failed,
preparedness?
So
Nice.
So I have all the materials here presently.
Awesome.
failed to
So
Typically, I'm pulling out glass jars and
Hey, mark the
Hey.
experience, man.
Yeah, mark
Also-
experience for failing.
Jeremy, I have a shotgun too. We all 3 have shotguns. Anywho, besides the point. I'm pulling out glass jars and iron nails, and I'm starting to put those in them, screw them all up, and I'm starting to bury them around the area that I want to ward, basically. And I'm drawing sigils as I'm doing all this, and just doing everything to form this ward that the thing cannot penetrate.
okay. Tanavast, are you standing in or out of this barrier while he's building it? Like, I'm just curious.
Considering I failed my help check, I'm probably still digging in his trunk, trying to help him find stuff.
Okay.
I'm holding
Cool.
the stuff that he's looking for at the moment.
Yeah.
Just
Within the flash of a moment, you just feel what appears to be claws digging into your back, and begin
Wow.
to pick you up and drag you away from the trunk in a very fast motion.
Do we see?
Lovely.
Does Milton see this happening?
You
since he's
guys
kinda
would
just standing there?
hear what's this commotion behind you, whatever noise Tanavast makes, because quite honestly, that probably wouldn't feel good.
No.
No, he'd probably cry
yeah.
out.
How much harm does your armor stop? 1?
One harm.
I would say that you still take a harm from this then,
Okay,
because that'll be at least 2 from that attack.
gotcha.
And what happens is you hear Tanavast like yell out or whatever, and you look back, and right as you guys look back, you see him being whisked away as fast as possible, essentially. Not being drugged away where it's just a blink of an eye, but that's very like a holy crap, what's happening kind of thing.
Like Sam Raimi chase cam fast.
In a way, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Third chef.
So as you guys look back,
Okay.
what you see has a hold of Tanavast from behind. You see a very large, what appears to be fairy, all the clothing draping over their body torn and disheveled, as
Yeesh.
if they were unkept up, just holes and rips and tears and all the fabric and everything. But it rests upon their body as very jagged and very just uncomfortable looking, and it looks to be just nothing of comfort in this. The wings that are coming from the back don't actually have any sort of webbing or feather or anything fairy-like on them. They appear to be nothing but just solid bone spread out. And you see that upon their scalp and their head, jagged bones jutting out from the top, and what can only be described as a mouth full of just razor sharp teeth, just lining the entirety of them. And this thing's standing at about, a pixie, probably a few inches tall, like 3 or 4 inches tall at the most, usually. This is a solid 6.5, 7 foot tall fairy.
Okay.
So
can I? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
So it says in, again, I'm going to use my favorite thing on the world, use magic. It says in here, I can bar a place or a portal. Could I possibly create a portal?
That is something that I would say, if it's a short distance, yeah, that would not be big magic.
Okay.
But yeah, a small distance, I would say that's something, it wouldn't be necessarily a portal, it'd be you teleporting yourself necessarily. I wouldn't say that you could
I don't want
create
to teleport myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to teleport myself.
Okay.
I want to, the reason I described it as portal, because I want to put it behind the creature that's pulling Tanavast to have them go through it and end up inside the warded sigil area that I created just a minute ago.
You basically wanted to port them from where they're going to make it.
He wants to
inside
vortex warp them.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I want to put them inside the barrier.
Okay. Let me see here. Tell you what. Yeah, I'll say that would be something that you can yeah, I'll allow that for sure. I think that'll be good. That kind of goes within the limits of small magic, not the big magic stuff. Anything past that I would say be big magic, but in this case that seems to fit. So I'll let you roll magic for that one.
I completely understand. Let me.
I will say,
that
as you're doing this, right as this is happening, Mr. Moon and Mr. Kozlov are just now showing up, like pulling up, like, oh shit, there's Tanavast.
So since we're on this train today, I'm going to use a luck point.
Oh boy.
To do this. Because I rolled a 5.
You roll.
So
Damn.
All right, so you rolled the full success then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that means that your magic works without a hitch. So.
And I'm closing that portal as soon as the fairy is inside the barrier.
Gotcha.
Inside the circular barrier.
Basically, you place it right behind them. You Doctor Strange them. You do the
Slingering
whole.
it, yeah.
He's the slingering.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you put it right behind them, and all of a sudden, they are crashed into this barrier. And as the fairy is moving backwards, it actually slams into the border of that barrier, and is like, and then looks around for a second. Then, as it looks around, it actually sees Milton, locks eyes with Milton, and just begins to growl. However, you can't hear that. Only Milton can in his head, essentially.
How far away is it?
And I got dragged through the portal with it still, right?
You are now in the barrier with it, yes.
Okay.
Well, I would assume that Tanavast could move through because
Fucking cage match time, baby.
Probably.
I mean,
like Jeremy just said, cage match time.
I mean, that's also a fair point. But like, a ward allows.
You could totally get out of there. However,
nice
getting out of there is the problem. That's the hurdle you have to jump right now. So.
Yeah.
Well, how far away is the creature from Milton?
From you, I would say probably like, like you were standing outside the border, right?
No, I was at the car, like when he got dragged away, I was right there. But I don't know how far he got dragged away.
Yeah, so you were right next to him. Yeah, so
outside.
then now he went over to the like, area that the whole trap was, the fairy trap that was made and all that kind of stuff. So probably about 50 to 100 foot, somewhere in that range. Let's split the difference, say 75. 75
feet. Okay.
Yeah. This game doesn't really work in measurements as much as D&D, so this is kind of you can have kind of
it's okay. So it's kind of far. It's like a kind of far distance.
Yeah, like you can sprint there pretty quickly, but
Okay, because Milton absolutely, upon seeing someone that he considers a friend in danger, I think Milton would absolutely make the dash.
Okay.
He currently has in his hand those cold iron knuckles. I'm seeing the full sprint haymaker.
I made this so you wouldn't get attacked, but
Oh, it's okay.
I made this specifically so it couldn't get to you.
Oh, that's all right. It might not be able to attack me back. The barrier might protect me. So Milton's gonna run forward and just, you motherfucker, and just boom. I'm gonna kick some ass with brass knuckles. But when I kick some ass
from the other side with my
Okay.
hammer.
yeah, you actually still need to get out of that of its grasp essentially. So I'm gonna make you roll a act under pressure to try and get out of that. So you guys do those rolls. I will ask Mr. Moon and Mr. Kozlov, what are you planning on doing now that you come across the scene and see all that unfold?
I for myself. Sean, are you speaking? I can't hear you.
Yep, I'm speaking.
Yeah, Sean, I can hear you, but it's very quiet.
Hello.
Better, yeah.
Hello.
That's better.
Hello.
You good?
Just wait.
indeed.
Can you hear me?
Oh, my fault. I'm back. Yep.
All right.
Actually saw your lips moving this time, so I knew I'm wrong.
I can hear you better now, yes.
Okay. We have two ideas, but it depends on where party members are. So if we can hit this thing,
Have you guys been chatting back and forth while this is happening?
A little.
bit.
Well,
If we can hit this thing without hitting a party member with my car, we will. If
all right,
not,
well, I've got.
if not, I'm going to reach in my glove compartment and spin and use my one of my abilities to get cold iron shells for Kozlov to shoot out the window when we pull up.
So real quick, it is beneficial sometimes not to just do things like all at once. For example, Milton has totaled a 13 on his kick some ass with these knuckles, because Milton no longer rolls tough. Milton rolls plus weird for kick some ass.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
so whatever creepy magic he's been exposed to in the past has affected him in some way to lend him one of the abilities of the monstrous. So Bearded, if you want to make up the reason why Milton rolls weird instead of tough, because you were the one who dictated the events that he was involved in, for some reason Milton rolls weird instead. But what I would like to do is, because I got a 10 plus, I'm going to choose to gain the advantage and give my +1 forward to Tenevast.
Okay. Awesome.
Because he's
So
trying
you
to break
rolled
free
in
from
your-
the grapple.
Yep. Awesome. So you go to kick some ass, and this will mean that you're still going to be taking the full amount of harm that is due to you.
Yes.
But you are okay. So awesome. What happens is you go for that brass knuckle punch. It again has this link with you that it had before, so it kind of like saw that coming. It still takes the hit, but you get a full bat to the side, and so you get flung backwards a little bit and land on the ground. So you're now prone on your back. I will say that you take 2 harm from that hit. So as of right now, you should be at 3, right?
Yes. And
Okay.
my brass knuckles are only a 1 harm weapon, but they are made of cold iron, so I don't know how that's going to
Yeah, I would say that gives a benefit. That gives a boon. So Tenevast, go ahead and roll that act under pressure with a +1.
Okay, cool. So that I did that. I rolled already. I didn't know I was getting an extra +1. So what I had, my total before that was a 9. With that +1,
Puts you at a
makes it
10?
10. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Look
Easily.
at that.
Hell yeah.
Coming in clutch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why I said it helps to not do things haphazardly.
Every time.
Yep.
Every time.
Totally. So
So-
that lets me get out of its clutches.
You
see your window and you just go, you break free as Milton does this thing. You totally have the option to go ahead and roll kick some asses if you want. And then before you roll that again, let's jump back. I want to make sure we get everybody who's again for Mr. Moon and Mr. Kozlov. What was your plan again?
Seeing this, I'm actually going to just toss some iron shells to Kozlov and try and swing the car so he can get a clear shot at it.
Okay.
Well, with so many friends danger close, I'm putting together my sniper rifle.
Ooh.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
So you see this, like, we'll just say, like, for the sake of, like, the action's about to go down, you kind of started that in the car before you even got here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
so we'll
exactly.
Say that when
so
you showed up, it's already, like, ready to go.
Yeah.
You're like, don't worry, we take care of this.
You've got the passenger seat leaned all the way back so that you're leaning way back with the sniper rifle.
It's kind of short in comparison. It's not a big swinging long rifle comparatively, but the whole mechanism is kind of in the shoulder stock of it, so it's deceptively short.
And when I see you putting it together, I'm going to reach in my glove compartment and grab cold iron shells and say, you may be needing a few of these. And then I'm going to like start driving to get him in like the perfect shot range. Like getting
help me out. Help me out, boss.
Yeah. I'm going to try and get him on a perfect angle to make this shot.
Okay. Awesome. So I would say that would be, I'm trying to think of what that would entail in this case.
Help out.
I guess it just would be a help out in that situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm helping him out because I'm driving, so there's not much I can do but provide an angle and support.
So if you succeed, you'll be giving him a +1. If you do not fail, if you fail, you will not help him, but you will actually be bringing out you will bring a danger upon yourself.
That's fine. That's just part of the job. Part of the job.
Help out.
Just please don't hit my Chevelle. That thing. I don't want my Chevelle to get hit.
On a 10+, you grant them a +1. On a 7 to 9, you grant them a +1, but you also expose yourself to danger. On a miss, you expose yourself to danger without helping. Is what it is. Yeah. So, what's your roll?
Hold on. Let me grab a couple of the D6ers.
D6ers.
A couple of D6ers. A couple cold ones. Take a bump of cocaine.
Right, we're supposed to use cold iron right now. I'm going to switch out for another pair of dice off my shelf.
Ooh, that's going to be. What am I adding to that?
Ooh.
For your help out, that's a plus. Cool, right?
Yes. Okay. I rolled a flat 11. So 11.
So
Bangarang.
That'll get him. That should get him what he needs.
You got an 11 total?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So yeah, you get a +1 on your roll there, Mr.
It's time to kick some ass, baby.
Kozlov, yeah.
All right, that's a 6 and a 2, so that's 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11.
Oh wow.
Hell yeah.
So you didn't even need that +1, but it helps.
Everything helps, baby. Everything helps.
Now, here's the cool part about, as I've said before, kick some ass has always been like this. Combat is, you hurt them, they hurt you. In this case, there's really nothing for the fairy to do to you because you're shooting from a distance.
I'm shooting from far.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's really nothing that they, like, you're shooting at it from a distance, so it's like there's really nothing it can do to harm you. So this is just going to be you harming it. What harm does your gun do normally?
4.
Damn.
All right, did you use... I will ask, is there anything special about it? Like, fairy-wise?
Well, he was looking for ammo. I know he had like shotgun shells. I don't think he would have had unless you have a sniper rifle. I don't know about, boss.
Oh yeah, no, I have armory. I have a stockpile of
shit.
That's an expert thing, yeah.
But
Yeah,
not
That's
just that.
fine about having a haven.
Weren't you rolling preparedness specifically to have like, or was that just shotgun shells?
No, I said cold iron shells
Gotcha.
I just said cold iron shells. I did not specify.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so
if you'd have weaponry, then yeah, I would have popped in a cold iron bullet. And
Awesome.
with the actual help, I would with the high level help, I would have like stepped out, used the door, made sure that we weren't in an enclosed space while I'm firing an extremely loud weapon.
So and that's a 9 for the preparedness, and I had started looking for the shells when I saw him putting the shotgun together. So
sniper rifle.
when I saw him putting the sniper rifle together as we were pulling up, so I pulled down the glove box, and the entire time I'm searching and getting him in position. So that's what I was doing. So all those roles can represent.
There you go. And that'll fit. That'll fit. Okay, cool. So not only will this bullet actually do damage, because obviously fairy may not be affected by just a bullet, but an iron bullet, yes. So that's going to be 4 harm at least on the fairy. We're going to say +1 because of the iron part of it.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's a +5. That's going to be 5 damage on this thing, 5 harm. So that thing just gets hit like that, starts to blast back a little bit. Tanamas, did you already roll your Kex Mass?
I haven't. I can do that now.
Let's go, bud.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Set me up a clear shot.
After that, we'll let Jackson do a thing, see what he wants to do, because I know this is kind of like one of those. There's not really initiative on this. It's just go with what feels right, you know.
Let's see.
That just knock him out of the way of being hit.
Well,
I'm
basically
sorry,
what
Mark.
happens in this case is because
I just heard Tanavast. I just heard Tanavast sigh really hard. Oh no!
I think
I knocked him out of the way.
So okay, yeah. So I got a 1 and a 3, plus my toughness, for a total of 6.
Mark your experience.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's 3rd experience, bud! Yay!
There's always
Mark that
luck.
experience, but
But
mean,
remember,
2 luck in a
if
session
you
is a
ever
lot.
plan
2
on
luck in
using
a
this
session is
character
a
for
lot.
any game in the future, your luck never comes back. Ever.
I mean, it's only
Almost.
2. Sure, I'll use a luck. Why not?
Oh,
You don't have to. I'm just saying it's out there.
No, I will.
oh my god.
It also means that I get word my mission requires something difficult that must be done by me urgently. So, I'm assuming it's hitting this guy.
I
with
have
a
to
hammer.
take care of something. Just cut to Tanavast at the super center, waiting for like in line with a jar of milk, just like
Jar of milk.
like the girl from Ipanema's playing on the radio, just like.
But that was an important pass, so it's all right.
Sorry, I had to go
so-
take care of that. My divine mission told me to.
So yeah,
Okay.
using the luck that makes it a 10 plus, which means I gain the advantage and take +1 going forward, or give +1 going forward to another hunter. I'm gonna give +1 going forward to Jackson.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So you do your what
Or
harm
wait,
does your
oh sorry, I just realized you choose different things. Okay.
Oh yeah, you got more options. You could do like
Yeah.
more damage, less
I
damage.
will.
Yeah, there's
yeah,
a list
you know
of
what?
things.
I will inflict terrible harm.
So doing
uh,
extra harm. Okay.
yeah.
Well, how much harm does your hammer do? 3?
Fucking much.
Yes, it is 3, and it stuns and is holy.
One of the options is that you can take one going forward yourself.
True. I could
What
also take
damage is
1
damage?
less harm, and maybe take no harm at all. You know what? We're doing that one. I would like to take less harm. I'm noticing my harm.
You
and I
do
would like
do
to
one less harm, which means that whatever harm it does, plus your armor, plus your negative, like you're negating one, so it has to do at least more than 2 harm to hurt you.
Correct. Yes.
So what
I'm gonna
happens
stick
is
with that.
you ring this thing's bell, you go bong like with your hammer right up, and it just it shrieks in pain after this. And what it does is you see it like it looks at you, like locks eyes with you, grabs you by the shoulders, and then it has these tendrils come out. They go and they go into your mouth.
Oh, lovely.
And they like you can feel them course throughout your entire body in a manner of seconds. And I will say from the initial hit on this, 2 harm, because that's not a whole. It wouldn't hurt drastically for that to just happen. But things are about to start happening, so you don't suffer anything from that, based purely because of what you just said. You just took away harm from yourself.
Yeah.
But you can feel your bones weakening.
I hate to also say, but luck removes all harm for the divine. So like, if you use a luck point, it avoids all harm.
I don't
Is
see
that
that.
specifically with divine?
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just
it's for every class.
roll to 12 or avoid all harm from.
Oh no, what you're
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
is
no.
either
Right
or.
under
When you
luck.
spend a point of
Oh.
luck, pick one.
Oh,
Decrease
okay.
the wound you have
Okay.
suffered to
Yeah,
0
it's
harm.
an either or
That's
thing.
on me.
Yeah, so you can sit
didn't
there and
see the
say,
word
I failed the
or.
roll, but I'm going to use
Yeah.
luck to make sure I don't get hurt. That's totally an
Yes.
option.
Gotcha.
So,
So he chose the 12.
I mean, yeah.
That's on me. That's on
No,
me.
you're good.
I
You're good.
apologize.
But in this case, yes, no harm and everything like that, like, because of you can negate it anyway. But you can feel it seems to be feeding on you. It seems to be trying to get your bones out of your body, the
Gotcha.
bad way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure there's a good way to do that. But,
No.
you know,
Angel wings.
Did you just angel wings ninja dust? Ninja dust?
Yeah.
Jackson, I'll say you have a chance to do something about this. You see all this go down, and now this thing is locked onto Tanavast.
Yeah. I forgot to say when I took my luck point. It says I discovered something happening now is related to something that I was involved in years ago. So just before I do anything, I wanted to address that from last time.
Yeah, we get
Real quick.
bonuses when we spend luck.
So what happened years ago that's related to this?
You came across a bone fairy before, and you didn't realize it was a bone fairy. You never knew what it was. You never found out.
Okay, cool. I can work with that.
Hey, there might be like some strengths or weaknesses that you know about because of that.
Maybe. So what I'm going to do, and what I want to do, I guess I should say, and you're already giving me a bad look, so you know where this is going. So hear me out here.
I'd like to pull some bullshit real quick, if I could, GM. Is that a thing I could do?
I would like to pull some bullshit. So I would like to do one thing that is beyond human limitations.
Magic.
To turn my bones to cold iron temporarily.
You might want to consider the ramifications of such an action.
Even temporarily.
Trust me, I am considering those ramifications.
Are you?
I mean, I hope you're ready to just fall to the ground, unable to lift your
certain of
limbs.
that?
Have you ever had to pick up a size 8 rebar?
Okay.
You know what? They're making me reconsider this option.
Okay. No questions asked. If
Why
you
don't
want to
you
go ahead and do
turn
it.
Tanavast's bones to cold iron?
Oh yeah, that'd be smarter. Okay, I'd like to
Okay.
use magic to turn Tanavast's bone to iron.
I hear Tanavast right now. No.
I love it.
Okay.
Well, he can't object right now. I mean, he's being eaten by the thing. He can't object.
That's
The important question.
it's still not consent.
The important question is also, is that big magic?
I guess that's up to our lore keeper there. but at the same time,
it's like
it'll-
trying to suck energy out of your bones, and if your bones get turned to cold iron, it's gonna die.
You just try to turn the monster's bones into
Okay. So we're going ahead and turn somebody's bones to cold iron. Cool. We can do that.
Oh god.
is that just use magic?
Yeah, sure.
Timeout for Sean. Sean's trying to call a timeout.
We're turning the monster's bones.
No, we're turning
No.
bones to cold iron.
Okay.
No, they want to turn my bones into cold iron because they're about to be eaten.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I'm
that
sorry.
makes way more sense, right?
Yeah, that makes way more sense now.
Yeah.
I lost something in the translation, and I'm like, what are we doing now?
The look on Justice's face tells me that it does not make more sense.
If you like weighed all your options and you feel like this is the wisest course forward, then sure,
Just
yeah.
kill your friends. It's a great idea.
If you feel like this is the wise decision, sure.
Whoa,
Oh my
wait.
God.
Kill him? No, don't kill him.
No one
No,
ever said
why
it
would
would
it? No one said it would kill him.
I thought this was gonna be like a Magic Wolverine situation where he.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Why can't it be that I'm only turning the outer layer and not the marrow, because the marrow produces blood, so it therefore wouldn't kill him?
Just go
He's
for
a
his
freaking
teeth.
angel. Who cares? His anatomy's
Yeah,
crazy.
Just go for his teeth. Like it's fine. Just
Yeah.
give
Cold
him a
iron teeth?
grill. Give him a grill.
Okay.
Grill of cold iron.
We're all gonna be
Okay,
wearing cold iron grills from this point forward. Fuck.
Like,
Okay,
well,
yeah, we're going.
Jackson has a bonus to sharp, right?
I
Are
do
you
have a
asking if
bonus
he's
to sharp.
smart?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Gee, thanks, bud. Look, I have a negative to cool. Give me a break.
Freaking the
So I
fuck
don't
out.
act well under pressure. Anywho, yeah, I just want to turn his teeth. How about that? I just want to turn his teeth to cold iron.
That's probably a wiser decision. I wouldn't call it a wise one, but that's a wiser decision.
We'll call him. We'll call him Jackson Iron LeBones.
And since I have the mystic feat, that gives me an additional +1 going forward because of my success in previous magic. So that's a 7. So I take a glitch with that. But his
Great.
teeth do turn to iron.
Excellent.
The Legend of Ironmouth.
Twisting my leg around wasn't enough for you.
The
Look,
Legend.
I tried to help, okay? Again, I do not act well
So
under
there's a glitch.
pressure. Yes.
You're now.
You have turned Tanavast's teeth to cold iron,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and there's a glitch. We're gonna lay that out. You succeeded on something, and the glitch is not turning his teeth to cold iron. That's the success. That was the thing that actually was meant to happen.
Wait,
So
wait,
cool.
what?
He's
confused.
just illustrating that
Oh.
that his teeth turning to cold iron would normally be a glitchy kind of thing and not the intended outcome.
Okay.
I guess we could just check off problematic side effect off the list.
I mean, everything tastes just a little bit like blood now, but you can get used to that. Just
I probably don't need.
I
to
will
eat
say in this
anyway.
case, what happens is while you are casting that, obviously, Tanavast, not only have your bones been are beginning to be feasted upon,
Uh-huh.
but now you feel like your teeth just all of a sudden have just turned into cold iron out of nowhere.
Which is funny because, like, if I had decided to like bite this creature, like my teeth would count as cold iron for the purposes of
Yes.
weakness.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
That is true.
now it's just
You
built
could
in.
bite its tendrils. Bite those
Yeah.
tendrils that are in your mouth.
So as that happens, this thing obviously is in the midst of feeding upon Tanavast, and then immediately links what's happening and locks eyes with you, Jackson, and knows that you're the source.
okay, cool.
So
Trying to-
as a result,
I'm still outside the barrier.
as a result, what happens is there is oh no, yeah, you're outside the barrier. But
Yeah.
you hear this noise, strange noise emit from the bone fairy.
Mhm.
And then you hear a rustling in the woods in the distance. And you see what can only be described as a giant river of rainbow flying at you as thousands of tooth fairy make their way towards you. Tooth pixie, more specifically.
Peas,
Fun.
if you will.
Cool.
The shit has hit the circular cooldown device. And it's
Circular coolant device.
It's flinging it.
I was gonna say, are you keeping your cool iron sigil in your pants now? Because
So in that case, Mr. Moon, is there anything you want to do from your perspective? I mean, you're still in the car.
I see my buddy Kozlov take this excellent shot, and then I see 1,000 tooth pixies swarm Jackson, and I say, I've read about this. I've read about this before, and I have something in my trunk that can deal with it.
Well,
I'll look towards them.
Specifically,
Look towards them
act
and
under
say,
pressure. Now,
I'll just look at him and say, "Alcan parade."
I will say, if you want to do something to use act under pressure, you can totally use your proper roll for it and anything like that. But you gotta tell me what's your plan, and I'll tell you if that'll fit.
I'm going to go get I'm going to go get a special butterfly net out of my trunk. The butterfly net is specifically made to capture fairies, and I'm going to grab that net.
That works for me, but that is going to be a preparedness roll straight up. So
yeah, and I'm going to grab it, run over to Jackson, and then pretty much put that net over his head to trap the fairies in it.
All right, what's your roll?
Prepare. Oh, good thing. That's one of my great things. Ooh.
Did I write the book that you read about this in?
I don't know. Maybe.
Probably. Just...
Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. That's when I thought I was going to play a chosen. Now I'm back on the right sheet. There it is. So I am going to have to spend a luck point to change my roll to 12 because I want to make sure that this goes off.
A lot of luck burning here.
Yeah, well, I haven't burned any luck ever as Sean Moon, so that's fine.
That's okay. At a rate of 1 luck per session, you'll last exactly 7 rounds.
You know what? Heroes burn luck points.
Ooh, not if they want to stay heroes.
I mean,
you either
I'll
die
burn luck
hero or
points
you
for a
live long
certain
enough to
little
become the villain.
We say this, but Milton was the first character to burn a luck point.
Exactly.
Out of all the characters.
Here for a good time, not here for a long time, baby.
So, altogether, that's going to be a 14 for my prepare.
Altogether, there's going to be a 14.
Yep. Because I added +2 to it, so yep. So 12 plus 2 is 14.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So
well, I mean, in this, until honestly, the luck point just kind of makes it to where it's even if it's a full success, it is a advanced success once you get to the point that you've unlocked that ability. Right. So that's all that really matters is the luck point. But yeah, so as preparedness, you fully have this butterfly net. You're just like, oh, there it is, and you immediately have it. And
yeah,
so you run on over. I will say, in this case, you're going to be doing something that takes pressure, so it will be active under pressure, but go ahead and roll your special. I've read about this.
Oh, no problem. Because that lets me use my sharp instead of my cool, and my sharp is higher. So, 1 second.
Nice. My book helps you out, eh?
Boop. Yeah, that's a 9 plus 2, that's an 11.
Oh, yeah. So you succeed. You go out and you get it, and you basically you're over there like, Jackson, hold up, and you just are you enveloping Jackson in this butterfly net?
Yeah. I envelop him in the net, and then when I pull the net back, the fairies are entwined, and Jackson is free. Like, they're like stuck. It's like fly tape for fairies.
In the few seconds that they were on you, Jackson, you could feel them trying to get at your teeth, essentially, and they were going to start eating your teeth, essentially.
No, I'm sitting there. I'm like trying to measure and study them, like not even realizing that I'm trying to get my teeth. I'm just sitting there like let me learn more about this. This will be good for a textbook.
As I notice him doing this, and I pull them off of him, situational awareness. Please. One day, you're going to move over your head, and I'm not going to have what you need in that trunk. You're going to be dead. And then I'm going to explain to Milton what happened to you. And I don't want to do that.
Milton, you haven't taken a turn in a minute, so what would you like to do?
Milton's going to scramble back up to his feet. And then he's going to attempt to use some magic.
Okay.
And he's gonna, let's see if I can get this fucking thing right again. And he's gonna hold out his hand that doesn't have the brass knuckles, and he's gonna speak aloud the words of power, Klaatu, Verada, Necktie, and he's going to attempt to
Classic Milton.
where did it go? Oh, where did it go? Sorry, I'm trying to find the name of the exact ability.
On use magic? Is it a?
It's trying to hold it in place. There's
Oh yeah. You can
Trap a specific person, minion, or
monster. I'm gonna try to like hold it in place so that it can't move. Like this is hold person basically.
You're basically trying to put a freeze on it so that it cannot continue what it's doing to Tanavast.
Right. I got 2 4s on the dice. My weird is +2. That gives me a 10.
That's a 10. It means you succeed. No glitch.
Klaatu, Verada, Necktie.
And this thing is just sitting there. And like Tanavast, you feel that it has stopped probing in your body and it is frozen in place. It is not removed, but you're still pretty much stuck to it. However,
there's definitely magic going from Milton's hand to it, like holding it in place. Like
now, I will say that. With your do you get an extra effect? I can't remember exactly.
I don't think so.
No. You just choose the effect. Is what it is. Never mind. So with that, you have it successfully held in place, Mr. Kozlov. Kozlov. Sorry, I'll let you. Pick do what you got to do, and then we'll hear from Mr. Tanavast here afterwards.
Calling on the great power of Rage Against the Machine, and I'm gonna call on a pocket full of shells. And yeah. With it now. All right, so
again.
Yeah. It's tough time. It's tough time, baby.
No.
It's
Oh no! Wait.
It means I have a natural 12, right? Natural 12? No, but
3 natural 12s.
Natural 12s. It's fine.
I'm just imagining just like I'm imagining with the Ukrainian accent just weapons, not food, not home, not shoes, not meat, just feed the war, cannibal animal.
Yeah, so that was a 2 and a 4 on the dice, +2 tough. That is 8.
Welcome back, the beard.
Beard.
Maybe.
Oh, he's still spinning squares on my screen. Shit.
Yeah.
Spinning squares on me too. You at, baby? He's weak. Mom spaghetti. What are you doing?
I'm sorry about turning your teeth to iron, Tanavast. It was the only thing I could think of at the moment. It was that, or your entire skeleton goes Wolverine mode. So
Yeah, or if you're using magic to do random shit, fireball. Maybe hurl a a cold iron spear at it from nowhere. Lots of ideas.
You're trying to think normal dimensionally. This is Ro here. Ro tries to think in he's in 7-dimensional chess right now. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, my computer
we see you.
So I switched to my phone. So
Hello. Okay, so that's a 2 and a 4 on the dice, plus 2 for my tough. That's 8.
okay.
And I'm like I popped off the big shot, just kind of like honestly I'd probably leave the sniper rifle there, as I'm just running forward, loading up the couple of shotgun shells that got given to me by the prepared one, and just walking up to just up close and personal. Try and get between Klaktuvara and necktie and unsolicited tongue in his mouth.
You put it that way. So yeah. Okay. Cool. So with an 8 on the for the kick smash, which means that there is no partial. It's just straight up you hurt them, they hurt you, but you're still shooting from a distance. So
no, this one's shotgun. Shotgun is 3 harm, close, and messy. It says.
Oh, so you ran up. Okay, sorry. That's why
I left my rifle behind, and I'm getting up close to it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, with this
because I trust in suit we trust.
All right, I think I'm back here. We good? You hear me?
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
I've lost.
Yeah, I hate it when this happens. Okay.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, I can hear him as well.
Yeah. All right. Well,
We are technical difficulties to stream.
Damn it.
Yeah, for sure.
My Discord kicked out 3 times the stream, so it hates me extra this week.
Indeed.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
So now that this, here's the thing, you're up and close and personal. This thing can actually, well, it's actually, you know what? It's being held right now. So
yeah, it's being held, and I'm just trying to get as close as I can and off to the side where I'm not getting hit either of my buddies, and just.
So with that, Tanavast, like you do harm on it real quick. Tanavast, real quick. I want you to give me. Do you have any kind of special role that would involve you? You know what? I'll tell you. If you want to try to angel wings out of this, you totally can. Like it'll be a roll because you're by yourself, but this is you trying to fight out of it. So if you'd like to do that, in that way you can, or you can do something else, whatever you might have in your mind.
You are currently deep Frenching something.
Right.
You're French kissing a fairy right now, so.
Right. I mean,
to be fair, it's fresh kissing him. That's very different.
Right, and it's got
trying to get at your
it's trying to get at my cold iron teeth, right? So
bite the tongue.
You can use you can bite it.
Right. I mean, I can technically do that anyway, but
I didn't know that.
No. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just try to angel wings to like 2 feet to the left of it, I guess, or something, like, because it's a place I've visited before. So I guess roll a weird.
Yeah, sure, you totally can.
Yeah. Roll weird. Here we go.
You gotta do better than a 9. You gotta be a full success on this one.
Yeah. Hey, it's 2 5s. 2 5s here. Yeah.
Oh, you got 2 5s?
Yeah, 2 5s.
Which are weird.
Plus 1, so it's 11.
So you got an 11.
Yeah.
That's I mean, you won anyway, but like, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. So essentially what happens is you're able to, you see like, he's, you've frozen on this thing is like, being held in place. You're like grabbing onto it, trying to like, and you can see like Tanavas begin to like quake and quiver and shake like there's something about to happen, and then all of a sudden just a apparition. You see they move over. You can actually see where these tendrils have reached out because they're still frozen in place of where his body was, and you can see they have reached out and basically make the almost like a nervous system form of Tanavas right in front of you, essentially, trying to get into his physical form. It's really weird. So this thing, you obviously used a luck point to get this thing to work. So it is or no? Did you use luck point? I can't remember if you used a luck point or if you actually.
Oh, it was
got
2 nat 5s.
Yeah, you got a full. What it was? You didn't use luck. So this thing is sticking for the time being. It seems things have calmed down now because the fairies have been taken care of. The pixies have been taken care of by Sean. Getting them all together in that net. And then what happens is, this thing is still frozen in place. It appears it's going to be frozen for a little bit longer. Things have kind of calmed down. You now have a moment to really sit here and think about what you need to do.
I don't know too much about thinking, but I know I've seen others of my kind in the past try to cast out evil, which isn't a move that I have, but could I try to use magic to try to do that?
You can always use magic just to try and inflict harm on this thing.
Hey, Justice, one of the uses for magic is to banish a spirit or curse from the person, object, or place it inhabits.
Well, there we go.
I would like to try to help him.
Sure. You roll your help first.
I do want to note, I'm dropping my focus on his teeth being iron. So, just his teeth are done being iron.
Help out, like cool help out?
Yeah.
Okay, then that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 9 total.
9 total.
Yeah.
So you'll get
every time I see a 1 on the dice, I have heart palpitations, but it's fine.
Right.
It's a 1 and a 5. Like, we're good, baby.
So
Okay.
you go to help out with your you're trying to cast magic alongside him, I guess.
But very specifically, like I've already kind of made that connection, like knowing really truly that this entity has some divinity to them. So I'm just going to kind of start chanting along with whatever he starts saying.
Yeah.
Both you Baradic necktie? Yeah, sure.
While they are chanting and whatnot, I'm going to pull my magnum out, load the last of the cold iron bullets from the car into it. And while that thing is just like stuck there and like they're chanting, I definitely want to weaken it. So I just like come over like and point blank only at the creature. Not point blank because I don't want to break the barrier because I don't want to disturb that. But pretty close range, I'm going to like fire 3 shots into this thing's body.
Would you roll?
After that happens,
I can't see on the blue one, but the sigil there on the metal dice is a 6. So rolled a 6 on one dice and a 5 on the other, with a +1 from getting helped. It's 12.
Look at you.
can I just
Also +1 for my weird. That's 13.
Can I also do one thing? Just right before they banish it, can I take the silver sigil that I originally was going to loan to Milton and just hang it on this creature? And can I try to use magic to make it stick to the creature?
If you want to, sure.
Just as an extra fuck you to it.
Okay. You can like sear it to its skin, kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's constantly being held by cold iron. That's a 5 and a 4 plus a 1. That's a 10.
10, baby. Success. Yeah, sure. You place it on. It's like you put it like over its neck, and then you like press it into its chest, and you can hear it just kind of sink in a little bit, and it just stays there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Right about this
I just
time,
thought we'd do it.
what happens is you see that this, as you guys are chanting and Tenevast, you're doing your thing, and Kozlov, you're helping out and everything like that. Basically, you as this is happening, you see the hold that Milton put on it is starting to break. It seems it's just like starting to come. It seems to be like breaking free from this, and then you see the tendrils begin to like recede back and everything like slowly, but then eventually you just hear it go. Like just let out this shriek, and that's when Sean lets loose you said shot it 3 times essentially.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep, 3 times.
Go ahead and roll that kick smash then.
All right. 1 second. 1 second. 2d6. Oh, thank God. That's an 8.
Okay. All right, cool. So what happens is this thing is about to lunge back at you after that, like after it breaks free. Obviously, you fire away, seeing the threat and everything like that. It shrieks back, and about that time, that's whenever Tenevast finishes his spell, and this thing is like, and just begins. Basically, is apparated out of here, and it's gone. Tenevast, where'd you send that thing?
Let's see. Well, he was.
Where would you have
trying
sent
to
it? Like just back to the Fey realm, essentially?
basically, yeah, because he was.
Or to
basically
Angel
trying
Jail.
to mimic, like the cast out evil thing. That's basically a divine move, but he just used magic, which is. I'm trying to read it.
You did specifically. You banished something that's not a cast out evil, but like.
Yeah, no, but that's what he was trying to mimic. So I'm just seeing what it says.
Yeah, if you just want to say that you cast it back to the Fey realm, essentially, whatever that may be in this reality.
Yeah,
which
we'll say that.
As anyone who has studied it would know that the Fey, it's not like it is a different realm, but it's not like it's kind of more of a darker version than you would see in things like, example D&D or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So as that stands, this has been taken care of, and we can really call this a conclusion here. But what happens, I would say that, Kozlov, you report everything back to the Helsinger group and everything, and what they eventually, that night actually are able to get some units out there to kind of take a look and kind of wrap up the area and try and do what they can to essentially kind of debrief the town as to everything that happened, kind of try and get things back to normal. Not necessarily neuralizing people, but more telling them what they really know, maybe paying off some people, that kind of thing.
It's a very well-financed group.
Yeah. So what happens is whenever one of the units comes up, and they're investigating the area with you, they actually they find a piece of that tendril that came out to feast and everything, to take the bones. And they said, one picks it up and they look at it and they go, Kozlov, you fought a bone fairy last night?
Yeah, no, that thing was fucking ugly.
And he looks at the group of everybody there and he's just kind of like, so, how was the fight? Just looks at everybody there.
Learning from a few of these people, how much more prepared I really need to be.
And it was
I do not like going into these situations unprepared. Though I think maybe some of these people be good to travel with. I think maybe.
Yeah,
and it was beautiful material from a new textbook as well.
As all this is going on, Sean Moon is already like throwing stuff back in the trunk of his car. Looks over at everyone else. So I'm going back to Chicago to have the longest fucking nap and a couple beers. Anyone headed that way?
The person from Helsinger Group is like, So, Kozlov, what'd you do with the rest of them?
Sorry, with the rest of what?
The parents. The mother, the father, any siblings?
Sorry, what did you say?
He says, Kozlov, this is the tendril of an infant. There's not more?
I have a feeling that
This happens every, what was it, 33 years?
33.
this happens every 33 years. This was an infant, you say?
Yeah, this was this is like he said, this tendril, this piece of tendril. This is basically what happened. Is what you found out that this is what Sean shot off whenever he fired off the 3 blasts, and then he goes, he picks it up and he's like, yeah, this piece of tendril, this goes away after after they've aged out of
So that
adolescence, I guess,
that was a baby.
Yeah, what you fought probably was. Like, well, how big was it?
Like
Whole ass poison size.
Right?
That's all?
Whole ass poison sized.
What do you mean that's all?
This is also what I heard.
Yeah, so like what, 6 foot, 6.5 foot tall, like
About-
big wingspan and everything.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch.
Yeah, ugly son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's that like in human terms, that's probably the equivalent of like a 6 or 7 year old.
Wow.
So they're bigger bone fairies right here in this town, is what you're telling me.
Oh no, they wouldn't be in town. They would be out hiding. They usually find a way, like you've heard of a fairy circle, right? Like the mushrooms and all that. That's usually where they like to come through. You guys destroyed that, right?
Didn't find one.
Well, no, there's still.
Wait,
You mentioned a hollow in a tree.
did the hollow have a fairy circle around it?
I think that your work here isn't quite done. And with that, we're gonna wrap up the mystery.
Hey. How does it work? Do we get to level up at the end of a session? Like,
Now,
Only if you got enough
there are
experience.
questions that you answer at the end of each session. And if you answer 2 or more of them, if you answer 3 or more of them, you get to take 2 experience. If you answer 1 or more of them, then you get 1 experience.
If you answer yes.
Let me find those real quick, because they're in the back somewhere. Oh no, I had them.
I have them here if you want me to read them.
You got them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I got them actually right here.
Oh, weird as
So it's
good.
questions. Did we conclude the current mystery? Would you say yes or no on that one?
No.
Technically, yes. I mean, technically, yes. The mystery was about the baby bone fairy. We didn't know about the parents till afterwards. So technically, as far as it sits right now, we finished the mystery.
Well, didn't
for
they say
Angel.
that? Didn't they say that adult bone
for everybody
fairies?
else?
Didn't they say that adult bone fairies don't like drain people's whole bodies of bones?
They said those tendrils go away.
So the adult ones don't.
Still more to be known.
We concluded the current mystery, but there is more bigger mystery.
Yeah.
No,
Technically, we concluded the one that was that brought us here.
I don't think that we
I'm with you.
concluded the mystery. Yeah.
With that, I'm with the no, probably.
Yeah, I don't think we concluded it.
I'm a hard.
We're not
disagree,
leaving.
Okay. I'll be the
Not
minority.
leaving Angora.
The portal still exists, and I only
the
sent it
portal
away. We didn't kill it, so.
Yeah.
We were brought here to investigate the death of Richard What's-His-Face, because we never got a last name.
Jackson's
We
over here like, I
figured
did
out-
what I signed up to do.
We figured out what killed Richard What's-His-Face, and we handled what killed Richard What's-His-Face.
So
That,
on
in
to the
that
next
in that
question real quick.
in that respect,
Did
I
we
would agree with
save
Ro,
someone? did we save
Yes.
someone from certain death or worse?
Yes,
definitely.
I saved
Hey,
that lady at the
Canavast.
theater for
Ah.
sure.
but
You
definitely.
did, and then you guys end up saving Tanavast, actually, yeah.
And Milton.
And Milton.
Oh
You
yeah,
learned
Milton.
something new and
Also
important
Rogue.
about the world.
I say
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we learned about bone fairies.
Yes.
Yes.
And I have new
Which
material for a new
freaking-
textbook.
Freaking Justice in the comments over like in our chat, like I totally thought of this, and I was like, don't give it away.
Give it away. Sorry.
Yeah, it was like bone fairies, and I was like, no, don't talk about it. Okay. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes, Tanavast is hot as fuck, and I think Jackson has a crush on Milton. So
Oh dear.
I learned that that Kozlov and Sean Moon, that's a 1-2 combo. That should happen.
Yeah, Kozlov and
well.
Moon are like good together, you know.
You know what? That sounds like a campaign. Kozlov and Moon investigations. That just sounds like.
So either way, I would say yes on those last three. So even if that first one was a little like there seems to be some discourse there. However, that doesn't really matter because you guys got 3 out of them, which means everybody gets to mark 2 experience.
Yay!
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
otherwise
does
I
that
would've
mean
marked them.
Tanavast levels up?
No.
Dude, you failed like 3 times, didn't you?
I
No,
used
he
a
lucked
luck
him.
point that one time.
Oh, fuck all, man. I tried.
Here's Milton's
but-
problem. Milton
but
fails so few checks and gets like you don't get a whole lot of checks to begin with, but Milton fails so few that he never fucking levels.
you know who did level up though? Jackson.
Really?
Wait, so
Yeah.
you have to-
Milton sitting here the lowest level of the original characters from the
Do you
very
have
first
to-
time,
do you have to get
having only leveled up once.
do you have to get 6 experience points or just those 5 and then you level?
5
5
and you level.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I level up.
Okay, I was like, my math. I swear my math.
Yeah,
I gotta see what I want to level.
Ah.
Yeah,
And-
if you
and
if
you
go
know what-
through
you know
an
what's crazy
entire
about that?
mystery, like, and if you do it all the way to the end and get those 4 questions and do at least 3 of them and get that,
Hold on.
you get those 2 experience points. It usually
Wait a
helps you level
second.
up for the most part.
Wait a second. Milton has been on 3 adventures. Milton is only 2 experience boxes ahead of most of this group right here. Of all the new people,
Huh.
like
You have
We got-
not failed a whole lot then.
I have not failed very many rolls. And
Because
it's
the
a
first
bummer
time I
because
did-
everybody else is adding these extra abilities, and Milton's sitting here like, I
We're already
still can
powerful
only
enough.
do what I could do.
Well, I will say that does bring us to the end of our time anyway. We
yeah.
unfortunately have to cut off because we have a hard cutoff time today. That being said, we very much thank everybody here who stuck with us in this new adventure. It's definitely something different than it's what we normally do. We don't have the dice soup. It's still dice soup, but it's bearded soup today, you know, so it's a different flavor, different taste. Hopefully you liked it. If you didn't,
textures.
you can send all complaints to RJH. He will field them for me. And so
For you to be able to send them to me, you've got to join the Patreon, patreon.com/onceuponad20. $1 or more, you can DM me on there and tell me what you think.
you can tell directly to his face how much you didn't like today. Anyway, anyway, I had a great time. I love this game. I love Monster of the Week. I also love the collaborative storytelling efforts of all the people here, especially this group, because I love this group to death.
Yes.
RJH pulled a hat trick when he was able to get all of us together for Dice Soup and everything like that. So I'm very eternally grateful for this group. But for the time being, I think that is where we're going to end today. And in true Dice Soup RJH fashion, I will say that kindness is free, and please, very much please, keep going.
Don't
Forget to like, comment,
subscribe,
throw
bell
Click the bell for
notification.
notifications.
There you go.
Follow.
It was fun, everybody.